Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this, for the first time on this particular show, is Laura.
I was like,
You've been around on the other channel and stuff. But for the first time on this particular channel, on this show, after 100 videos we posted onto Facebook, and Facebook, YouTube, podcast services, you are on this one.
Yeah, that's exciting.
This is our, pretty much right in the middle of 6 months, or right?
We're right at 6 months. Filming and 100 videos. So
this is the 100th or
no. We have a little over 100 videos on the channel.
Oh, okay. Did you do anything special for your 100?
No.
Where you blew the...
No. Different shows, different things. If one of these shows can make it to 100,
this is like,
we will.
You know, the sparklers or something? You get the poppers?
With the poppers?
Yes,
Oh.
That's what
is
this
that
was.
What this means?
Oh, this
one's like air quotes.
This is air quotes. This is poppers.
Multiple air quotes.
All I think of is Road to El Dorado.
I have no frame reference.
Oh.
I have no idea what she's talking about, but it was really
okay.
funny. It's funny, yes.
No, they're like, we are great and powerful gods. And then...
I don't know what it means, but it's funny.
Huh? The Disney movie? They animated this movie? Yeah. It's
And
been a long time since I've seen
like,
that. A long time.
And then she's just like, yeah.
Oh, apparently there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
There's that.
There's
There's this that we've learned recently.
This is the rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole? Sure.
You're the rabbit, and when you go down the rabbit hole, then you gotta get brought back.
Well,
but this show is all about the rabbit hole, so it's not...
Yeah, that's the point of this show.
Your ears are just gonna be up permanently.
Yeah, except now that we're going down, Alice. We're going down.
Yeah, there's never an on topic. There's free form, say, do whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Well,
It is March 2nd.
I'm supposed to say that. It's supposed to happen.
Eventually.
Yeah.
When you get around to it.
You gotta just say the date. Let's say, I don't know. This was you. I think it's more of a podcast thing. Letting people know what the date is. I was supposed to say that. Did I even announce it was what's in the box? Nope, I didn't even get that far. And this is what's in the box. We talk about random and strange and different things, and it just goes on like we already started.
We are back. This will be the first one we've done in how many weeks?
About a month. So it's now a monthly podcast. Yeah. See if Laura will return for this monthly podcast at any point. If she wants to. It's up to her.
It'll be probably in the same conditions.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Post-clinicals, extra tired, but here.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, we've literally had to stop before to go get energy drinks and then come back and continue filming. So it's
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I say that we should include a behind the scenes, but Stefan's not about that life, so.
Well, super in-depth family drama. Probably not what you want to throw out on the podcast.
We are related. They are not.
No.
But we are.
In two roundabout ways.
Okay, nope. We're not going down the rabbit hole.
You are my niece, and...
Okay.
Yeah.
On
you brought it up.
On the tube. We have to put it on the tube.
You brought it up. You decided you wanted to introduce everyone that we were family, so now they know.
Why couldn't we just leave it at family? Why does it have to go at extracurriculars? Why do we have to know the whole lineage? Why do we have to go into the fact that we're from
I wasn't going to
Mississippi?
go into the other tree. I was just saying you're my niece.
Okay. That's the least way I feel that we should pronounce that. I mean, if we were... Can we just start over from scratch?
And cut.
I mean, technically you are. I mean...
Yeah, but even more so is the fact that I'm married to your brother, and that just seems...
Also my sister-in-law.
And ranking in a scale of things, that seems more
Welcome
important.
to the South, you guys.
It is Mississippi. It sounds worse than it is.
You're a husband, brother, sister, cuz.
Oh, man.
It could be so much worse. It really isn't, though.
It just sounds bad.
It does. It just sounds bad.
Yeah. It doesn't
There's actually
look
no
like
relation in any way that interferes with anything in any way.
That's so true.
No third arms anywhere?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet? Okay.
No.
We don't know about Ellie. Maybe.
While she may be mutated into some mean devil child, she's not actually mutated. So.
But, she has an extra toe. Cut that off. Cut that off.
We don't want anybody to see that. Genetics.
So, we'll start out kind of like we normally start.
Really?
What are you watching? What TV's been going? Good. What have you watched on Netflix?
On Netflix?
TV? Anything new? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
I have been rewatching some of Big Bang Theory. Not new. Kind of old. And actually, Cameron and I started watching Hawaii Five-0, and when we get a chance, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
You know, you should watch that.
What?
Umbrella Academy.
I watched all of it. It was fantastic.
I have not seen all of it. She's only seen the first episode. I've seen the first 5 or 6 episodes.
Gosh, it's
I
like binged
Go to watch it?
I watched it. No, he went to bed because he's a loser.
God, it was so good. What we have seen so far has been really good.
Okay, to be
I've only seen an
fair,
episode and a
we
half.
had stayed up watching Hawaii Five-0, and then I started watching Umbrella Academy, and I could not stop watching Umbrella Academy and went to bed
really
at
good.
5 a.m. after binging it.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
been the
that's
same.
what actually happened.
If I hadn't been busy over the weekend, we would have probably finished it over the weekend.
I
But
literally would have binged more, except my phone won't allow me to. So.
I have so many issues with it right now.
well,
My main one being, fuck you for the cliffhanger. Whoever, okay, Gerard, everybody who produced it, filmed it, posted it on Netflix
But-
and let me watch it, fuck you for the cliffhanger.
that just means we're going to get another one,
rude.
which is great. I'm fine with that.
I mean,
That's all right.
you can
Don't
get another
spoil
one
anything. Don't spoil
without
anything.
having a cliffhanger.
You can,
It's like so cliffy.
but it keeps everyone excited.
It is so cliffy.
It keeps everyone
It
excited.
enclosed nothing really. I mean, gets the bitches excited is not a good enough reason to leave me wondering for months what's going to happen.
That's what they do. That's what TV shows do.
They better bring out a second season. They said they're approved for it, but
I'm sure they work because I think it's being extremely well received.
Oh, yeah.
well, either they're in the talks already for it or it's already approved. I read a thing about it a while back, but
Well, it looks great. I would also recommend, you seem to have a little spare time occasionally to watch Netflix, go down the Bandersnatch hole.
it's the rabbit hole. But okay, we'll say Bandersnatch.
Go in that hole. Go in the hole, enjoy it, explore it.
This seems like a very manly.
I mean, hey, you do you. But Bandersnatch, you know what it is? I'm sure it popped up on Netflix at some point. Bandersnatch.
Yes.
It's the Black Mirror movie. That's like a
Choose your own.
choose your own adventure style. So on Netflix, it'll go into choices, and you'll have to choose between things, and it'll progress the story as what you chose.
Okay, one more time.
The story will go. The very first choice, which means nothing.
Do you remember the old Choose Your Own Adventure books? Where you'd like read a chapter and at the end it would say, if you like this, go to this page. If you want to do this, go to that page. And you
Oh,
flip to
that's
that.
a thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Black
Well, I
Mirror.
mean, I knew that those were an option. I didn't realize it was called Bandersnatch. But they do that with the kids section.
The kids stuff does it, but Black Mirror decided to do it with their movie that they put out called Bandersnatch.
Oh,
You know what Black Mirror is? So down that rabbit hole.
I know what it is. I've never watched it.
It's an anthology series, like Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Like alternate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which it's amazing. We've been going through it for the last 6 months.
Okay.
Just reviewing it on the channel and everything, and discussing every episode. We're up to Bandersnatch. We have one more season left. But anyway, in this, you get to choose your own thing. Like the very first choice, spoils nothing, is the dad asks the son, "What cereal do you want?" And then you get to choose as an audience what cereal he eats, and then it goes into what music he listens to, and this and that. And it
So
changes.
basically, you build your character, and it changes the outcome of the...
No. As it goes on, it will progressively ask you questions, and however you answer changes the story. There are different endings and different points that'll let you go back to choose different things.
It's kind of like if you've ever been playing a video game and you walk up to a character and they ask you a question and then text pops up at the bottom like
select option.
Yeah, select A to say this. Select B. It's kind of like that.
Okay, well.
And then what you say changes the
story.
Right. Okay, I mean...
It's
I'll
wild,
see
it's
if I
interesting,
can-
it's cool.
I will be watching it tomorrow,
Yeah.
so I haven't seen any of it.
Okay.
I watched it yesterday. Or a little bit the other day and the rest of it yesterday. But
Does it take long?
yes.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
It's a couple hours.
Okay.
Well, I was taking
Depends
notes
how
the whole
in-depth
time.
you want to go into it as
I was
well.
taking notes the whole time.
Okay.
For the show, our show.
You could
Okay.
literally stop at an ending if you want and
Yes.
whatever. But if you want to know every single ending, then yeah, you
Well,
go back and...
It does some interesting things.
Okay,
that,
so the couple hours is one ending. Or the
actually,
couple hours
no,
is
in
every
about
option.
2.5 hours, you could easily probably watch everything. All the endings and different things.
Oh, okay.
So it's not horrible, no.
Okay.
If you just wanted to get... There are different points that, like in anything, if you choose the wrong thing, it'll end prematurely. Basically, if you did something kind of stupid, you can end the show a little prematurely, or you can go down the rabbit hole. And they'll get to a point where you'll get to an ending, and they're like, hey, go back here or see the credits. And if you go back, certain things from the first time will be different than they were the first time. Just because you went back. And some of them will give you different options, choose new paths that were not available the time before.
Okay.
So you can find other secret endings that do different and weird things.
It's almost like a game.
It is. It's very interesting, very cool, very strange.
I'll have to check it out.
But that's great.
But it's definitely called Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch, yeah.
On Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
Bandersnatch. You just type in Bander, it'll come up. Or Black Mirror, it'll probably come up too.
Yeah.
But it is called
Do you
Bandersnatch.
have to have Black Mirror, like, experience, like
No.
from the
No.
show?
No.
Black Mirror is actually an anthology show, meaning that every single episode is a different story
Right.
in itself.
I just
So
didn't know.
even
if
those,
it
you
was-
can watch-
I just didn't know if it was in context
Oh,
related
no.
to any of those episodes. This was
Only
different.
extremely minutely. There are smaller references. If you've seen the other ones, you'll understand that,
kind of like
there's
Easter
a
eggs.
there's a
Yeah.
symbol that appears that's been in another episode.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything. It has no relation to the other episodes.
Okay.
So you don't have to see anything. Even all the Black Mirror episodes. You can watch any of them. You don't have to watch them in order, because there is really no, they're all different stories, they're all different characters. They have nothing in common.
Okay.
So you can watch any of them individually, and there's a few I could personally recommend that I think are excellent.
Oh, well.
So,
I mean, every time I try to start it, I just don't get into it very much, but
again,
I will try the Bandersnatch.
I would say if you wanted to watch Black Mirror and the third and fourth seasons, I think, are some of their best seasons.
Okay.
The first season's like 3 episodes, and they're good episodes. The first episode is super, super dark. It's super dark.
Not the darkest one, though. Definitely not the darkest one.
They touch on some very interesting subject matter. But the third season has some great episodes. Nosedive, which me and her really, really, really enjoyed, was really good. Another one, San Junipero, is my favorite episode of Black Mirror.
Okay.
And in season 4, they seem to even get a better production level. The first episode, that's very Star Trek-ish.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yes, so it's very cool. I think a lot of people, it was suspected they were going to try to spin it off into its own thing, because it was really well fleshed out and very interesting, and ended in a way it's like, this could be its own whole series all by itself if that's what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So it was super interesting.
I'll check it out.
So, but Bandersnatch, very cool.
I gotta probably do it on my own time because Cameron may not be interested.
Well, you'll be alright.
Yeah.
He'll make it.
He's my little box man. He stays in his box, okay? He's very in his own world.
Well, we're all about getting outside the box. Here.
No, what's in the box? What's wrong with you?
That's the name of this one. But we're supposed to draw questions occasionally.
What's out of
We've
the
ignored
box?
that for a long time. But anyways, other than the Netflix dive, anything in theaters? Any big movies?
I saw Glass.
You saw what?
Glass.
Glass was great.
Glass was amazing.
I've
was
not
really-
seen Glass.
Did you see Unbreakable or Split?
Now that I understand the movie chain that you're on, no, I did not.
No.
Because I don't watch movies like that.
You didn't watch Unbreakable when it came out back in the day?
No.
No.
With Bruce Willis?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Being that you watched Umbrella Academy and really like it, I'm surprised. Because Unbreakable, like it's not gory in any way. It's not like
Yeah, I watched the
You
Umbrella
M. Night
Academy because
Shyamalan.
it
mellow
seems...
action.
Do you want to know who M. Night
Shyamalan is.
Yes.
He did Unbreakable like 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Okay, and so I've never seen Unbreakable, but I know that Glass and the one that was before it.
Split.
Yeah,
Split. Yeah, I didn't like
Split's much newer. It came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Split was just, I was not into it. Like, I was not into watching it. I was not into how it was going to
Did
go
you
down.
try to watch it? Or did you watch commercials and said, nope, I don't like that idea?
Yeah.
It was actually
I watched,
really good.
I watched trailers and was like, this
Split.
motherfucker is on another level.
Split was
I don't know if I really want to
pretty
get into
great.
this. I feel like he's going to weird me out the whole time, and I have a high level of weirding before it gets like nightmarish. Because I can watch things like Umbrella Academy, and I like weird stuff, but
are you not
just
into pretty much psychological thrillers? Like very.
I don't really watch them.
Oh.
Like, I mean, it's not that,
That
I
makes
haven't.
sense.
I'm really into psychology.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I just don't like to watch those.
That's the weird thing, though.
I'm
is
good.
because,
Like from a medical field aspect, I love working in psychology. I love helping patients. I love Obviously, I'm really good at working in that area, especially, and understanding the dynamics behind it. Do I necessarily want to watch somebody snap and try to, kidnap and murder people?
Well, see, that's the thing, is that that's one of the reasons why I really...
Definitely deeper than that.
Yeah, why I really enjoy Split is because I really like psychology.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why I like that movie, because it deals with, of course, split personalities, especially branching off of the one woman, I can't remember her name, who had so many...
Yeah, I think she... Man, was it like 20?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah. So it's kind of pretty much a branch off of that, and it's just really interesting to see it in a movie form.
It is, but I feel like I don't like when they give it a negative tone, because when I look at it, I was like, obviously having any mental health issues is already a stigmatism with just so many different things between careers and just in interpersonal relationships, and I just don't like whenever they put out movies and it already adds on to that additional tone. Yeah. Like somebody who has schizophrenia or who even has multiple personalities that they go through in their daily lives, I just don't like the tone that it gives. Yeah. Only because people deal with that daily, all over. And that doesn't necessarily make them, a horrible person. And they're not necessarily kidnapping people.
Yeah, and that's why I agree with Stefan as far as the movie being a lot deeper than that, and definitely a lot more separate than it just being, how do you say it? How he did the movie is it doesn't really focus on him having the personalities as a disability. It's kind of not really a superpower, but just he does go to a therapist and talks to him and everything like that, and then, of course, goes back. But, in a sense, the main theme of it is about just how the personalities are interacting with each other.
I did see that they're...
and James McAvoy is pretty awesome.
Oh, yes, that too.
So I did see, was it after... Which movie was it after? It was in the after credits. Where they get the villains together to try... So they're going to have the Split guy.
Oh, that's Glass. Glass, the trailer for that. He's like, it sounds like we're getting the...
It sounds like the bad guys are teaming up or whatever. That was the trailer for Glass. Glass was just the conclusion of those other two movies.
Like
is there a trailer for Glass?
Yeah.
I don't know. There is a trailer for... Glass came out.
Because it's...
I don't know what you're
two other guys.
Well, Glass has three people. It has Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember his name? Oh no! Samuel L. Jackson,
and then James McAvoy.
And they take on...
No. James McAvoy and Samuel Jackson were the bad guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis is the good guy.
Okay.
He's from Unbreakable.
Okay.
And he's back in this, and then... This has been it started with Unbreakable way back in the day, and then he did Split, and at the end of Split revealed that it was linked to Unbreakable, and they were in the same universe and the same thing. And then Glass is the conclusion of those two movies. Them coming together.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll give it a chance. It's just, man.
How's that?
The trailers just gave me the heebies. I was not feeling it. And I don't know why, because I usually am really into
Sandy wouldn't watch either.
Weird stuff, but...
She loves Unbreakable, loves Bruce Willis, and watched Glass.
But did not
watch Split.
Because I'm telling you, that movie just...
Split, kind of integral if you're going to watch the third... She watched the first and third movie.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to watch it, you need to watch it all. That's why when people
tell
me...
there's one key part there
I watched some of the Lord of the Rings.
You can't really watch some of them.
Don't talk to me unless you've seen them all. Bye-bye.
No, it's just because McAvoy's character is a huge point in Glass, so if you don't know his backstory, it's kind of just...
They might do some interesting things with it.
Maybe I'll check it out.
It's about the only thing I appreciate about him for a long time. He hadn't done good movies in a long time. Split and Glass, and then before that, it's like, let's go all the way back to like Unbreakable, Signs, and...
Hey, he was fine in... He did good in Atomic Blonde.
He did good in Atomic Blonde.
Oh, I thought you were talking about McAvoy.
No, McAvoy's up. I'm not,
Shyamalan. Okay.
No, McAvoy's awesome.
I was like, was he even in some of those?
In Mike Shyamalan.
I was like, I don't know if he
Look, James McAvoy is awesome. I like James McAvoy. He's also great as Professor X.
I was like, I actually like him, but
I know. I was like, what are you talking about?
I was like,
He's great.
Maybe we haven't been
No,
watching the same
You're on the same
movies.
page.
I was kind of confused.
No,
I did not like Atomic Blonde, though. I will.
I did. I did enjoy it.
I highly disliked it.
Highly disliked it.
I thought it could have been way better.
I think any movie almost could be better than they are, but
No, I felt like this significantly. They could have done so many. I don't know.
well, I enjoyed it.
I mean, it had good parts. Don't get me wrong. It had really good parts, and then it just had really boring parts. Like really
Well, other movies we've seen is
flat.
we went and saw Happy Death Day 2. I don't know if
I
you watched.
want to watch both of those actually, and a majority part of that is the fact that one of the main characters is from here. He
Which
grew
one?
up here. The boy.
I guess
male.
the main guy. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the main.
Well, if you've seen the
Male
commercials for
character.
the second one, it completely spoils the first one. But other than that,
I mean, I just kind of figure they're gonna live. So, well,
No,
she
not
doesn't.
that-
She doesn't live. She comes back, but
no, that's not the point. No, they do ruin the plot and the villain of the first movie in the commercials.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched full commercials, but
What?
I
Okay,
understand that.
Maybe
then
don't.
don't.
Try that to them.
I've seen them talk about it, and I've kind of seen enough to know that because I haven't seen either of them, so maybe I don't understand who the main villain is that they're talking about.
Well, they very, very clearly stated in the trailer. So maybe.
Do they?
Well, they do.
Okay.
They very do. And if you don't know who it is, don't find out because the first one is very much more of a. It's
Who
used-
done it?
Who did it? And she's got to find out who is the villain, who's killing her, why is this happening, and you don't know. And
So
I was actually quite
it's revealing
surprised.
because it's the guy in the mask.
Well, who's killing her? Who's the guy in the mask? Who's the person in the mask?
Okay, so in the trailer they reveal who
In the
guy
new trailer,
Oh.
it goes, all right, let's recap this. And they recap the first movie in about 5 seconds. And they tell you exactly 1,000,000% who the villain of the first movie was.
Yeah, I missed
And I'm like,
that.
well, that's really crappy. Okay,
probably
just made it
just
when no
saw-
one wants to watch that first one.
Yeah, I just saw clips of the second trailer then. Mostly just because I was watching an interview of the two main stars in the movie, the co-stars. And because that guy is from here and his family still lives here and everything. So I just thought that was really nifty
Yeah, that's interesting. But
that he's come so far. Because he's done other things, I'm pretty sure. He's done other projects. But I mean, I just think that's really cool how big it is.
But I also think the first movie is also a better movie. So I'd even more recommend not knowing anything.
It looks kind of funny. I thought the first one looked kind of funny.
Yeah, well, it's a horror movie that's not very horror-ish. It has comedic elements into it, but the first one is a little more serious. The second one really just kind of goes out the side window, and it does a lot more. It's having a lot of fun. It's very self-aware. And
I don't know.
Second one's fun.
I want to watch it if it's good. I don't want to watch it if it's a horror film.
don't worry about the horror film
The
aspect.
first one, no.
Because you know I don't do well with the
Well, I
jumping,
mean, the first one
jumping
is-
outy thing.
The first one is
I don't like that.
she's being
No.
killed, and every time she gets killed, she relives the same day, and she's trying to figure who the murderer is.
It's like Groundhog's Day, except, not very good on the person.
Yeah.
It's very much was pitched as a horror Groundhog Day, but it's not really a horror movie. It's more funny and
Think of like a campy teenage slasher movie, but a lot more well done.
Which makes me think of the fact that I want to look, PSA, nursing school drains your life. You don't get to do anything you want, see anything. And when you do want to watch something, your spouse is like, let's watch Hawaii Five-0. Anyway.
I guess he's enjoying Hawaii Five-0.
Yes. So that's what we're watching. But I really wanted to watch the one with Anna Kendrick and what's her name?
The one we saw.
I wanted to watch it because it seems so interesting.
Simple Favor.
Yes, I wanted to watch A Simple Favor.
That
and it looks so...
was a completely different movie than the commercial made out to be.
I heard that has great
But
twists.
it was very good.
I want to watch it because I hear that the trailers make it seem like some woman's,
Well, it made it seem a lot more
movie.
serious. This movie is hilarious.
Is it?
Yes.
It is hilarious.
We went into it thinking it was going to be like a serious.
I thought it was going to be very dry.
Dry murder
thriller,
mystery, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
No, not at all.
That's not
It
the
has
movie at all.
Anna
No.
Kendrick in it, of course.
It has Anna Kendrick, exactly. It has Anna Kendrick.
When I first saw it, I was like, wow, she's in a serious role.
No.
And I kind of wanted to watch it because I thought it was going to be like that type of...
It's still really good.
No,
but
it's great. It's a really good movie.
And I heard it has good twists.
But it is very funny.
Well, maybe I'll... Okay, is it your version of funny, or is it like a humorous movie, like a comedy?
What does that even mean?
Okay.
What does that even mean?
Because you have a dark humor, and humor is one thing, and actually a comedy is another.
Just think Anna Kendrick in her normal roles, and you'll understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is very weird, because I don't imagine that movie being anything like that.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick is...
It looks
Anna
like
Kendrick
she's sleeping with her man, and now she's gonna do something, possibly kill her.
Yeah.
Again, Anna Kendrick is very much Anna Kendrick in this movie.
That's crazy.
She's exactly what you expect her to be.
So maybe I don't know. If I get some time, maybe I can steer him away from the show.
It's definitely worth a watch. It really
There's
is.
a very interesting painting in the movie. So.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, they focus on it a lot.
I'm assuming it's like a nude. It's a nude.
It is. And you see it a lot through the movie.
You know how I know? Because she didn't bring it up and you did.
I'm saying.
Okay, she let it go, and you were straight focused on it. You were like, about that nude.
And then,
it's a point in the movie. It really is.
Just to put it in perspective, okay, you have that hanging up on the wall, and Anna Kendrick's like, "Oh, that's a nice picture you have." So there's that sets
as
the
soon as she
humor
walks
for
in the house, that picture is very obvious. If she sees that picture,
so that sets the tone for the movie. As far as you were wondering if it's humorous or dark. Or
when I was looking at comments on it, was people being like, "This looks like a meet cute for lesbians." I was like, "You're not wrong." The very beginning of the trailer does look like a meet cute for lesbians, and it was really funny. So
it is. It's really good. It's really good. I definitely can recommend it. We enjoyed it a lot more. It was kind of like me and Mike went and saw it. It had Matt Damon, and he like owed these people money and stuff. It was set back like in the, I don't know, like 60s or 70s or something. And he owed people money. They made it seem like a very, very serious movie where he owed all these people money and everything.
Oh, they were coming to his house to kill him?
Yeah. That movie was very different than that trailer. It was very, very different. It was enjoyable.
It looked humorous a little bit in the trailer. There were some parts in the trailer where you're like, maybe this could have a funny twist on it. Was it funny?
It was... it's more like the darkness that you were referring to.
Dark humor?
Dark humor and a lot more serious in the trailers.
Behind him murdering people who are trying to get him.
I enjoyed it, but it was very different than what the trailers portrayed it.
Okay.
Kind of like, I know a movie you probably haven't seen, Mother.
No.
I didn't see it.
That was another one of those that I was just like, it just doesn't look... I just don't...
Do you know what Mother is, though? Like, do
I'm
you know what it is?
Like
or did you watch the trailers and think it was a horror movie?
No, I looked at it thinking that it was like a coming of Lilith type of thing. Because isn't Lilith like the mother of all demons? And it makes me think very much that's what it is about. Because all demons call Lilith mother.
Well, that's a very interesting interpretation from, I assume you just saw the trailer?
No.
Oh, what do you know about this? Or you just know the title then?
I think I saw a clip. I didn't see the full trailer. I think I just saw a clip of something. And I think it had, was it about with blood in it? I'm not sure.
Is that the one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Lawrence.
And I don't know, it just kind of...
Well, that's not what the movie's about at all. Not even a little bit.
So sometimes I see things, I get an idea about it, and I don't want to watch them. If it's really, really good, and I hear from a lot of people that I should put it aside, I will try to give it a chance. But generally, there's just so many options. Me and Mike went and saw it,
and immediately after, I went like, Nathan, you need to see this movie, and I don't want to tell you anything about it. And I went and saw it.
That makes me not want to see it still.
Well, then I went and saw it with Nathan. I went and saw it again.
Yes.
And Mike went and saw it again, and Nathan went and saw it. Because really liked it, and understood it a lot better the second time. Then Nathan saw it, really liked it, went and got Seth. And him and Seth went and saw it.
Seth.
Yeah,
Seth.
the one we referred to earlier.
Oh, okay. Seth, I was not talking about you.
Because he's watching this totally.
If you do, it's not what you think. Good luck. We did. Now to talk about you. When he met me, he said he thought I was very aggressive.
You're aggressive. What are you talking about? But anyway, the point is...
You're not wrong.
The movie's really interesting not knowing a lot about it. And going back and watching it a second time was a very interesting, having more perspective about what the movie was going to be and seeing how things played out the second time. If you ever get an opportunity, you see it on Redbox or on Netflix or something, I'd recommend it.
Okay, name a movie that we both like that it's better than. And maybe I'll watch it.
I don't even know what we both have seen that I would think it's better. I don't have...
Name a really good movie then that has popular opinion of being liked, and name a movie.
I can't say this movie was liked. I don't know how well it was liked. was also
By
marketed.
you. By you.
You said popular opinion. You threw out the word popular.
No. The movie that you pick to put it above is popularly liked. So you know it's well-liked movie that is similar to its ness.
I don't know if I can name a movie that's similar to.
Like genre wise?
Did you see Mother?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was when you guys had Movie Pass, so you guys were going like...
It's also about the time frame that Jennifer Lawrence was just back to back making movies, and I didn't like...
I'm perfectly fine with.
I don't know.
Jennifer Lawrence, you keep doing things as much as you want!
Maybe round your characters out a little bit better, because you still seem like Jennifer Lawrence on every single one of them.
And this is after us getting done with Anna Kendrick, saying Anna Kendrick was Anna Kendrick in...
Yeah, but Anna Kendrick does, but she also picks up her role really well. She might be humorous in every role, but I still see her in her roles. Whereas Jennifer Lawrence, I see Jennifer Lawrence in every...
Jennifer Lawrence?
After Hunger Games...
And I will watch Jennifer Lawrence play anything.
Her and Bradley Cooper, I mean, they might as well just do a 5th or 4th or 6th or...
And I'm fine with that.
12th movie together.
Because Sandy loves Bradley Cooper, and I like Bradley Cooper. And I love him. I mean, I love Jennifer Lawrence, so they can do whatever they want to do.
Oh,
and I'm fine with that.
Silver Lining Playbook was a good movie.
It was my favorite of all the ones they did.
Yeah, that's an excellent movie. And
really
she is good in this.
I really like that.
And the perspective they take in this movie is super interesting. It follows her.
Okay, what's the trailer?
Huh?
What's the full trailer? What's the actual trailer?
No, well, the trailer portrays it to be the scariest movie you've ever seen. That's what they said in the trailer.
It does, and that's why I've avoided
and
it. The parts that I've seen are why I've avoided
this movie is not even pretending to even think about ever being a horror movie. Because it's not.
See, this makes me not want to watch it. It just,
hey,
what are you about?
You don't have
what
to.
Are you, movie? Who are you? Who
if
are
I
we
told
there?
you,
what are we going to do?
If I told you what the movie was about, I feel it would ruin what the movie is. Because
it would be exactly what the movie is. That's
what I'm saying. I think it would ruin because
trailer,
finding out
the finesse of how they try to throw the scent.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. Like,
do you know what it's actually about?
No, I haven't looked into it because you told me not to. But no,
because I think it's better not knowing.
Well, okay, say us going to go see A Simple Favor. We went into it thinking, okay, this is going to be kind of a serious, like, she's trying to solve her friend's murder mystery kind of thing.
Yes.
We went into it, and it turned out to be a comedy. I think if I had originally seen it, and it was just an Anna Kendrick comedy, I may have not seen it in theaters, because I usually use my theater money, theater time, to see either really big action movies or horror movies. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't think I would have been like, okay, I'm going to put money down on a comedy.
I don't know that you watch horror as much as you watch thriller. You seem more to be on the thriller vibe, that murder mystery thriller, like, type.
Yeah. So, some movies are better off not knowing too much. I mean, take like a...
I feel like you don't know anything about this.
You know what? That's the thing. I saw the trailer.
And even the trailer kind of...
It didn't say anything. But it makes it... They literally go off like, you'll never forget where you were when you saw Mother.
Yes, I did see the trailer for it.
The only reason I went and saw it, because Mike loves horror movies. And I'm like, sure, it's saying it's horrifyingly scary. Let's see what it is. We went in that movie and like, this is nothing remotely what they described.
I do remember you posting
super interesting.
A status about it.
And it's like, immediately after we got done, like, I have to see this movie again.
Do you want me to point out your volume control?
I know it's horrible because I'm screaming.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if you see it.
Oh, yeah. This is normal.
It's, I can only tell you that I would recommend, if you have free time and you run across it, to give it a try.
Okay.
And that's all I can really tell you, because I feel like telling you what the plot is would ruin it.
I'm just hoping that you're not trying to trick me into watching a horror movie.
No,
it's not a horror movie. You can ask Mike. You can ask Nathan.
I've even heard that even though it's.
Let me just call up Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, bring him home speed. Mike.
What's up, Mike?
I need to.
That's probably not realistic.
I'm just saying.
But no, I have heard that it's not a horror movie, and
it's not
yeah.
Director. God, I forget who he is. He's done other movies, and that might help.
Well, I hope so.
Well, I'm saying he's done other interesting movies that might actually help you decide if you might want to see it based on other things he's done.
Fair enough.
It might give you kind of more of an idea of what kind of director he is, so maybe you'll have a better idea. If you like previous movies, maybe you actually want to see it.
Okay.
So I'd actually have to bring him up. But other than that, I would suggest you go see Alita, Battle Angel.
I do want to see that.
Because that's exactly what the trailers say it is. And it's awesome.
It looks good. I do want to see it.
If you can get past the big eyes, which most people have such an issue with, which I don't even a little bit.
I mean, I thought that was just characteristic of the character.
Yeah.
I thought that was the point.
And it helps a lot as far as showing her emotion throughout the movie. It's super well done.
To me, I feel
the CG is amazing in it.
To me, I feel if they would have made her eyes smaller, that would make her too human. It would negate the fact that, okay, this is not a human being. Like,
right.
I think it helps bring that out.
Well, it's very obvious to the movie she's not human, but
well, yeah.
what I'm saying is that she has like a mechanical body most of the movie, so it's very obvious she's not human. But I do understand. Yes. Yeah. No, the big eyes I think was a unique artistic choice and made it very, very anime.
Yeah, well,
which is
that
what
was
it's
the point.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, generally, if you're into watching that type of genre, then that's what you expect from their characters. So
yes, so this movie was very, very anime. If you like anime, you're going to like this movie because it is anime through and through. It's a live action anime movie.
That's what I figured it was going to be. So
and I could probably say probably the best live action animated live action movie based off an anime that we've probably ever had.
Those are some big words.
Well, name another good one.
I will not.
I can't think of
name any other good one.
I cannot. I mean, that's because I'm not, I'm not a...
I'm trying to think of any really movie live actions based off anime right now.
There was the Ghost in the Shell one, which wasn't particularly great.
I didn't even see it.
I wasn't going to support it. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that she should have played that character, and moving on.
I don't disagree. They could have chosen a better character. But I understand why they did it because
cultural appropriation was real.
But I also think that if you would put any other actress in that role, unless... Actually, I think any other actress, the movie wouldn't have done as well. For one, the movie wasn't...
There are so many great actresses.
I'm saying is that...
like Asian women, great actresses.
I'm not saying there aren't great actresses. I'm saying there's not any huge person who's going to be bigger than she is here. I think she drew an audience all by herself, personally. Now, do I agree? Yes, they should have got someone. Of course they should have. But they did it to try to bring people in because of her and her name. Personal opinion.
I mean, they still have definitely options here.
Okay, here's a few of the movies. I don't know which ones you've seen or not seen.
Okay.
He did, I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Fountain. He did that, it's old.
Maybe.
The movie The Wrestler. It's also really good. Okay, yes, Black Swan.
Did not see that, but I do know what you're talking about.
And Noah. The movie Noah.
For some reason.
With Emma Watson.
Yeah, with Emma Watson.
Is it Gerard Butler or is it...
Nope.
What's his name?
It's, let me click on it and I tell you.
Oh my goodness.
We all should know his name.
I used to get Russell Crowe.
Yep, there it is.
I used to get him mixed up all the time.
Jennifer Connelly.
I have not seen any of those.
That's solid. Okay, well. Noah, I liked. It was okay. I had issues. I've never seen Black Swan. I liked the rest of it. I liked The Fountain.
Black Swan was good.
I've heard nothing but good things. It's a movie I should see, but I haven't seen it. Well,
I feel like
that's all I can do for you.
It was one of those that was just the same thing. I saw it, I saw the previews, and I was like, I could live without it. Oh. I feel that way though whenever. So there are a few times whenever I don't want to watch a movie, and those times are whenever I've seen back-to-back movies of a similar movie that have been coming out at that time, or if it just is off-putting in the trailer, or if I feel like I've seen the whole fucking movie in the trailer. No, if I watched the trailer and I've seen the whole movie, do I really need to go see it to know how it's going to end?
I've not watched movies because of that.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of.
But I really liked Mother.
Like
I'd recommend Mother.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my
goodness! If you have not seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
I watched it and I loved it, but its entire trailer kind of.
I remember.
I felt like I knew what was going to happen.
Well, then again, I watched one trailer and then refused to watch anything else until the movie came out.
So. That's the difference. And I've seen
no matter what,
it was just everywhere. And
I was like, that movie was beautiful.
But I still went and seen it because I still went and saw it. Seen it. I didn't seen it. I saw it. I still.
Once again, welcome to the South, guys.
Yes.
That is such a great Spider-Man movie.
It was so good, and I really loved it. But I just feel that you kind of know what's going to happen.
Well, we're getting a lot of that these days, period. The only movie that has not done that yet, which I'm so happy they haven't, and I hope they don't, and I think they said they're not going to, is Endgame.
Oh, good.
Avengers Endgame. We've seen next to nothing of that movie. There's one trailer that only shows like the very, very beginning, and people already pointed out that there's particular spots, especially when they show like groups of characters, that looks like it's missing people. It looks like they've CG'd out people, so we don't know who's there.
The only thing that bothers me right now... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I was just going to say, the only thing that bothers me right now that they've done messing things up is bringing the next Spider-Man trailer before Endgame comes out.
I agree. But supposedly, everything I've heard is that was Sony's decision to put that out. It wasn't Marvel, it was Sony.
Stupid.
And I heard that is going to have spoilers in it.
Well, the entire thing's a spoiler, being that if you've seen Infinity War ends, then...
Yeah. So that kind of sucks that we're already getting Spider-Man trailers before the next movie comes out. Now, go figure, we all know that a lot of the Marvel characters are going to be back. Yeah. Spider-Man was going to come back. Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
He's had one movie.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
You know who else is going to come back? I guarantee Black Panther's going to be back. He ain't staying dead.
No. Hopefully not. I really like that movie.
They've already announced that there's going to be another Doctor Strange movie. So we know he's coming back too.
Also a good thing. I love his character.
But this movie did show that Nick Fury comes back. And that was kind of... I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't surprise me if he did stay out because Samuel Jackson has been in there since the beginning.
A lot of contracts are up and a lot lot of people aren't wanting to renew them, or they're just not renewing them.
It's ending. We're passing the torch. It's the end of 10 years. It's the end of 22, 23, 4 movies.
It is a lot.
I mean, they've done something insane with that. Yeah. Something nobody has ever done. All these movies that interconnect in a way that they've all built to something. And this has been that something. We got...
And it better be.
The last Avengers last year, which was awesome. With such a cool, dark ending. To pick back up this movie to see where they're going to go. And I am super looking forward to Captain Marvel next week.
I am really...
Because there's a few people who've already seen it. I'm in a group, and so I don't know how they've seen it, but they've seen it, and they're saying it is excellent.
I'll just refer you to my profile picture from a few years ago, which is Captain Marvel, and how if I could be a female superhero, it would probably be.
Oh no, she's awesome.
She's amazing,
and she looks cool in this. And I do also feel they haven't showed a drastic amount. They seem to have shown the same trailer over and over and over,
just in different ways,
slight different changes. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's a lot of that movie we're not seeing.
I hope.
Me too.
I hope.
Which means we're going to be hopefully pleasantly surprised by what this movie ends up being.
I either want to, because it doesn't really show the timeline of events that are happening. You see her accidents, and you don't know if she gets into one accident and they pick her up and they change her, and then she comes back onto Earth and lives a whole Earth life that she has amnesia towards, or is she, the way that you're following it, it doesn't show how the film is going to show it, so you're not sure if she's working forwards to backwards or backwards to forward. So, and I think
my personal opinion we're going to get, it's just going to be flashbacks of her previous life.
Which
she had in life, something horribly happened,
but they
she was in space, they changed her, she's been gone, she doesn't know what's going on, she comes back, she feels, I actually did have a life here, and that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
But I don't personally know the story of Captain Marvel, but that's what it seems to me, what I know about it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do like it that way, and also don't. Obviously, there's going to be a point to the movie to get to the end game here.
Well, the point of this movie... the point of this movie is because the last movie teased her.
Yes.
And because she is supposed to be insanely powerful.
Yes.
So the point is, we're going to show you who she is and why she's so important to the next story that we're about to get.
Right. I mean, I'm excited.
When does Endgame... have you been checking to see when
I checked it a week or so ago. Because, you're invited as well if you want to go. Because we're going to go to IMAX. We went last...
Oh, are we?
Yes.
We went last year. We went last year for the last one.
Oh my goodness, it was so much fun.
It was great. It was awesome. And we're doing it again.
Going towards Metairie?
The Metairie one.
Metairie, yeah. Okay.
Because the slide out one sucks.
I just kind of... We'll see with school.
I'm saying, you're invited if you want to go.
Well, thank you. At least
it will be me, Sandy, Amanda, Mike.
He's a little slow right now. It's okay.
I was in the middle of saying stuff, okay? When she threw her little quip out there.
Okay.
Relating back to the family drama.
It's okay.
But yes, I'm looking forward to the game. I cannot wait to see what they do and how they actually end it. Because, in my opinion, this is going to be, however we get this ending, will set up what the next everything is going to be.
The next phase.
And who's not coming back.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Officially back.
That'd be crazy. It's gonna probably hurt my heart.
Yeah,
because we guarantee.
When I thought Thor was going down, I want you to know. I want you to know. It hurt.
Because we know that Robert Downey Jr. definitely not coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're not getting him. And even more obvious because of the Spider-Man trailers.
Yeah.
He's not in them.
Yeah.
He's been an integral part of Spider-Man so far. And with Nick Fury showing up instead of him,
yeah, it doesn't make it.
He's not coming back. We're not getting him. But we can guarantee anybody who's been there since the beginning, the original Avengers, I'd be surprised if any of them return. So my assumption is Chris Hemsworth as Thor, probably going to be gone. Robert Downey Jr., gone. Mark Ruffalo might not. He loves playing the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's said he's in to play the Hulk as much as you want.
I feel like they don't give him enough.
I was about to say,
like his character is so good.
They
never give him enough, and I love how he acts in everything. I just feel like he's always such a good part of every movie, and yet haven't.
You know what part he was the best part in?
Which one?
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
But that's because of Taika Waititi directing that movie. That's why we need Thor to come back, just to get another Taika Waititi Thor movie, because he did such a insanely good job.
It was so good.
Now, what's also cool is
all of the throwbacks in that movie just made me
my goodness.
so happy.
Everything about that movie.
All of the throwbacks reminded me of how, The Game. Why can I not think of the full name about it? It was right here.
Ready Player One?
Yes.
Okay.
So, sorry, every time I could not think of the name. So, and how all of their 80s throwbacks. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful and really close to the book. I mean, is it by the by? No. But it's really good. It did do a decent job of doing some good throwbacks in the movie that I was just like, some people might have missed that, but I saw it. It was good.
Now, we are going to get Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson in the new Men in Black movie.
I mean...
Which I'm looking forward to, only based on the fact that Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson is going to be in it. I thought she was great in Thor Ragnarok as well.
I just really love...
Well, Chris Hemsworth's awesome.
I really love Chris Hemsworth.
Well,
I'm not going to complain.
I think he is a super underrated comedic actor that we've got nowhere near enough of.
Like the one time where they tried to throw him in a comedy was with the new Ghostbusters with the women.
But that was a horrible movie.
But it was a horrible... not a horrible... I won't call it a horrible movie.
It was
not bad.
It was a terrible movie.
It was not great.
It was a terrible movie.
It wasn't great, but the role that they gave him, it was just like, you could have utilized him in so...
Well, the role they gave him, he was the dumbest person to ever walk the face of the earth.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, but they could have... I mean, he's obviously going to be eye candy. But
I mean, you actually wondered, how are you actually currently living? I'm pretty sure you couldn't have actually made it to your house to here without actually dying in a hole somewhere.
Right.
That's how dumb they made you.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, did you have to go that? I mean, it's just kind of, you don't exploit his ability to be humorous in that aspect. You just kind of exploit him as the dumb blonde. Which is what their point was, but also... They
went extreme with the blonde.
They went so extreme that it makes it look like he can't act. Or he can't perform comedy, which is not the case.
But in Thor Ragnarok, he was insanely good. Yeah. He was super funny.
Oh, yeah.
But again, that also was under the direction of that director.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi took Thor movies. The first one, I liked. The second one was the most forgettable Marvel movie that I think exists.
I don't know if But, I mean, yeah.
Tell me the plot of the second Thor movie.
Okay. It has to do with his brother.
Good job. His brother's in all of them. I appreciate that.
No, it was focused on... Isn't it focused on his brother?
Oh, I don't think so.
No? Is that not the second
It's all about the dark elves and stuff.
It's more about his girlfriend.
The movie was terrible. The movie was horrible. It was not a good movie. Right. Yeah. It's by far the worst movie, but... Taika Waititi.
Man, it might be the most forgettable shit.
She gets infected by something or
Way
another.
To prove your point, man.
That's it.
There's dark elves. One of the Infinity Stones is in that movie.
Yep.
That I completely forgot about.
There's a parallel thing where you can throw a can down and it comes up and down. And
Anyway, it's the worst Marvel movie they've put out because they were trying to make Thor serious and cool and action, but then Taika Waititi took Thor
And you do make him cool in action.
He's cool in action,
serious, but also
he's hilarious.
Yes. And I mean, and that just suits his character so well.
It did.
It really does.
It did.
It
So
does.
everything about Thor Ragnarok, it is my second favorite Marvel film. And I only say that.
First being
Probably Spider-Man. I can't help it.
What?
Homecoming.
Yeah.
I love Homecoming so much.
It was really
I could watch Homecoming back to back
good,
to back
but I
to
cannot
back
watch
and be
it
fine with
back to back to back.
I love every time I've seen it. I've enjoyed it thoroughly all the way through.
I really think
Thor
that it was probably
Ragnarok,
my favorite. It
Thor
was
Ragnarok,
so good.
insanely good, funny. But when I got it, you lent it to me.
And I don't know if I like Spider-Man more than I liked when Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
That's my
so good.
It
is so good.
I disagree.
Good.
I like those movies. They're great movies, but I don't think they're better.
No.
I mean, at this point, I hate
when Guardians
Star-Lord
of the Galaxy came
so
out.
fucking much.
Like when it first came out, and I went and saw it in theaters. That was the best
thing
ever.
So good.
Well,
from the moment the soundtrack, like from the moment the first song comes on and he starts dancing, I'm like, this is it.
I completely agree. When it came out,
I mean, there's almost not a better
Rocket.
character, and he says 3 fucking words.
Yes.
But that's the thing.
Okay.
When it came out,
it
was great.
It's still good.
But I think Marvel has only gotten better with how they make their films the longer they've gone on. And I still, personal opinion, I think Spider-Man is their best film. But I also love Spider-Man. And I love what they did with that film. But Thor Ragnarok comes in second only because I actually think that movie has better parts in it than the Spider-Man movie. But it only lacks is that every single time the villain comes on screen, I skip the scene. Because I care nothing about the villain in that movie. She is boring. She is lame. I skip every scene with her. And that's why it loses chops for me.
Well, it doesn't help that Michael Keaton is a villain in Homecoming,
I know, he's amazing.
Okay, that is true.
He is amazing.
That is pretty cool.
He is great as Vulture.
To say, I have not read the comics with Thor.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's just that I don't think those parts were as entertaining.
You didn't make me make my point. I have not read them, right? However, I do get frustrated, and Cameron's always like, that's how they make the movie. That's how you get viewers. What bothers me the most is that he's supposed to be so fucking strong, and he is like, so obviously, you know,
who?
Thor, his background, you know, he's
God.
the strongest in law. He has he's a fucking god. That's my point.
God.
And yet, when it comes to any fucking battle he has, he always loses. And I'm like,
but the villain's supposed to be more powerful than the hero.
Why?
Because it makes it cooler when they overcome that and beat them.
Okay, but it doesn't though. It makes it seem like you're not a fucking god. Who are you? It just makes you look like
that she's also God.
Yeah. However.
Actually, she was a more powerful god than he was.
She was insane.
Yeah.
But that's the point. She's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I just.
And how they ended the movie, how he ended up defeating her, was great.
I mean, that's true. I did like the irony there, but. I'm just saying, it's just frustrating that every single time, so there's no one he can beat. That's what you're telling me. He beats them, but not really by beating them.
The villain has to be more powerful. The villain has to be more powerful.
Also, it's a learning experience. Like, that was one of those movies.
Maybe they could be almost even. Like, maybe it could be, it's a good actual fight because he's not getting the shit beat out of him the whole fucking time. That would be real good.
You have to. The villain has to be more powerful, otherwise they're not a threat.
No, the villain has to be more powerful because you want to see the humor to it whenever Thor runs up and hits him and it's like, dink.
Well, not only that, but the whole
even
point
Thanos,
was that...
the whole point,
yeah.
Thanos. He's the most powerful being in the universe. He has the gauntlet. He's unbeatable. As he wipes Hulk out like he's nothing.
Yeah.
Like he's nothing.
I know, it's annoying.
But that's what makes him so cool when they finally overcome, which in that movie they didn't, which was even more interesting, that the villain...
They did not at any point overcome.
That's what they're going to in this movie. That's what it is.
You don't know that. You don't know. No, will he overcome or won't he overcome? We don't know.
But you have to. That's in every single piece of anything ever.
They're not.
It's not only that, but it's also the building of confidence. It's the building of learning, like opening up yourself. Like the fact that Thor, of course, has doubts, has this, and that's what's stopping him. Then when he finally just lets it go and realizes who he is, well then fuck yeah, he's Thor. He can kick anyone's ass, and next thing you know, lightning's shooting down and people are getting fried.
The ending fight scene after he strikes Hela and comes down gliding and lightning and stuff and spins and takes out like 50 dudes. It's like, oh my god. It was insanely cool.
That was the one cool part of his fight scenes in the entire fucking movie.
It was insane.
And then after that, how did it go? He ended up not being able to beat her still.
Because she's also insane.
Still.
I mean,
that's what they chose to do.
So he just gotta keep leveling up. He leveled up there. Yeah, he's gonna level up, and he leveled up in this movie. He's just gonna keep leveling the fuck up. Okay?
Well, she's done with it. Now we have Thanos. And you can actually even still blame Thor. He didn't aim for Thanos' head.
I do sometimes, but mostly I blame Star-Lord. Okay.
No, because he should be blamed. Yeah. But still, the whole thing it's like Thanos is down. It's like, yes, Thor got him. Awesome. It's like, you should have aimed for the head. Yeah. And he's gone. It's done. It's like, oh,
and all of them, whenever they're holding him and they're trying to hold him down, and you're just like, this is.
No, I just so many things
that are being done right now.
I just love Thanos versus Captain America because they're just the fact that Captain America can still just have that much strength. It's just
it was awesome. One scene he didn't do much. It doesn't matter. It was a cool scene.
Yes,
especially for Cap being probably as bad as it is one of the weaker of the Avengers. Yes. But he is the captain. He is the leader. He's so good at the tactical side of being the leader, even though he's not the most powerful.
No, and not only that, but he has like one of the strongest will. Like literally,
he knows that's why he's the leader.
He knows this guy could probably just crush him like a can. So what does he do? He just goes arm in arm. I'm gonna just try to push you across the ground for a little bit.
The first Captain America movie.
Yeah, the first Captain America movie was his pretty much
weakest movie.
Well, yeah, it was his beginning. Okay,
it was the weakest one. It was the weakest one of Cap.
Yes.
But after that, as soon as the Russo brothers got a hold of Captain America,
oh my God,
he was insanely good.
Civil War.
I'm just saying that if I had to forget a single movie in the entire franchise, it would have been his first movie.
I don't know.
You already forgot Thor: The Dark World, so you already lied about
that. But I would rather remember that than
I like the first movie. I like Red Skull. I like the movie. No, it was the weakest of all his movies.
Yeah.
And then we got him in Avengers, the original Avengers, and he was under. Yeah. Cap was not well done in the Avengers either. Mm. They didn't make him out seem very much like the leader.
No.
Tony still seemed like the leader in that movie. But as soon as the Russo brothers got a hold of him, look at Winter Soldier. That was a great movie. Civil War was amazing. And then they went ahead and went in, okay, you're doing such a good job, you can have the Avenger movies with Thanos, and they killed it.
I love Civil War. Civil War is beautiful.
It was great. I feel like there's an opinion coming here. I feel like it's stewing.
I don't know.
You disagree?
I don't like Iron Man, and I think Captain America could be better. The end. I feel like they could do more with this character. I feel like they don't build him up enough, and I feel like anytime he has a movie, it's just not as bomb as it could be.
What movie? Captain America?
Did you see Civil War?
Yes, and I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think Winter Soldier and Civil War could be better movies.
No.
They were extraordinarily good movies. There's some that might be some of the best in the MCU. Personal opinion.
That's the thing, though, is I like Captain America. And I do like...
And Captain America with a beard. And then we lost it this one. It's gone. It's gone. It's sad.
His nomad look was amazing.
It was good.
I loved his nomad look.
I did like that. That was a...
Cap with the beard. He was doing it.
It's the cherry.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know.
I think he grew so much as a character throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
We've seen him grow. From being just the yes man soldier boy to rebelling against the government and fighting the government.
And that was, honestly, of all of them, that one was my favorite. Even, I don't know, I didn't like his first one very much, but I do think that one was my favorite.
I don't know, I like Iron Man. Now, I agree that the Iron Man movies, first one was good, the second one was okay, the third one was okay, but Iron Man in other people's movies, as a supporting character, Iron Man is awesome.
That's my thing, though, is he's a great supporting character, but they'd make him so much more than a supporting character. They make him, like you said, like the backbone of the fucking Avengers.
Insanely popular.
And I just don't, but he's not. And I think that they could do so much more with Captain America's character. Okay, they could just be...
Cap. Okay.
And that's my point, though, is I don't like Iron Man being the centerfold of the Avengers. I like Captain America being the centerfold of the Avengers. And I don't like
Cap has
how
been more of the centerfold, but Iron Man has been in that role because, one, he was the first movie. He became a lot of people's favorite, and Robert Downey Jr. is one of the reasons these movies have succeeded.
I love Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is Tony
Stark. But that's what's helped the MCU succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, because he's so popular, no matter what, they're putting him in a more of a bigger
Not only that, but
role.
kids latched onto Iron Man as soon as it came out, and it's like that's been their draw. Captain America, yes, it's a guy in a shield. Okay, a kid's gonna want to be a full suited just badass instead of a guy in a shield. It's just.
And that's my point, is that I just don't feel like they play up his character enough. To anyone in the universe, he's just a guy in a shield. But that's not what his character is. His character is so much more.
But again, that's why I still think when they did Good and Winter Soldier and Civil War, I think they've done his character justice. He has progressed. And all his movies except the first two movies he was in.
He has progressed.
That's his growing pain.
But like you said, he does not seem like the captain. He does not
he does
seem
in
like
the
the
future
leader.
Movies. He is very much the leader of the future movies. That is very obvious. Now, Iron Man is going to be Iron Man. He's still going to be that pain in the butt. He's still going to be kind of a pain to them because he wants to be the leader, or he's that second in command that could be the leader if he wanted to try to be the leader. Mm-hmm. But in the end, he's not better than Cap. And everyone knows it, and they've shown it, even in Civil War. Cap was on the right side of history in that. He was on the right side. It's obvious he is the one on the right. He is the one who is doing everything correctly. He's the leader.
Right.
I think from the beginning it was weak, and now they've pretty solidified.
They've cemented him as leader.
No, it looks like Thor's their leader, and I am perfectly happy with it. Boom!
What? Wait, did you watch Infinity War?
Yes, I still feel it that way. I'm a huge fan of Thor. I'm biased. I want him to be the leader, but I know that Captain America is the leader.
Well, to me, it also depends on who you follow after Civil War. Because there are some that still lean towards, of course, Iron Man, and there's some that, of course, are dead set behind Captain America, Steve Rogers.
I'm going to be more interested to see where things go from here.
Yes.
After Endgame. Chris Evans, they talk about Chris Evans leaving for a long time. So if Cap is actually dead, and Iron Man is dead, and who we bringing, who's replacing them, who's going to be the leader, Thor will never be a leader. Thor is not a leader.
Thor is a leader.
He's not a leader.
He was literally the leader of the whole fucking universe.
Thor's not the leader.
He had a whole planet that was his own that he fucking led. How is that
you
not
want to
a
know
leader?
who the leader is going to be? It's going to be Meek and Korg.
I love Meek and Korg. My God.
Korg. I hope they come back. Really.
I wish so bad. I'm so disappointed they weren't in the last one. Infinity War. God, Meek and Korg was awesome.
They need to come back.
Korg by himself was awesome. Meek was a side thing, but
I don't care. It's their team, okay? They're a team.
Oh, Korg? Meek's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's...
I've been I just feel so bad. I've just been carrying around the whole time.
Yeah, he's just...
And then he moves, and he's not dead anymore.
Meek's live. What was the question?
He might could be a leader.
Because they're literally like, what planet are you guys from?
Anyway, my point is you're inaccurate. He is definitely leaderish. Okay, he has leadership qualities.
When it comes down to
he literally was
Avengers, he is not the leader.
He could lead. He doesn't even have a plan anymore. Where the fuck else is he gonna go?
That's a good question.
Okay, where the fuck else is he gonna go? They destroyed his ship. They destroyed his people. They destroyed his motherfucking planet. Where the fuck else is he gonna go?
It depends how far back in time this whole thing goes, or how this gets fixed.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't really said how they're going to fix everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is good.
Why do you think it's going to be a time warp?
I don't really know how else you're going to bring back people from the dead.
I don't know.
Resurrect.
We know it has...
Maybe there's like something to do with an Infinity Stone.
Is it has something to do with the... What is it called? Where Ant-Man's at. Oh, you know they got stuck in there?
Yeah.
It has something to do with that universe.
What's
it called? It has a name. The Quantum Realm.
Yes.
It's going to have something to do with the Quantum Realm. That's how they're going to fix things. Because the reason Ant-Man didn't disappear, even if he was going to, was because he was in the Quantum Realm that happened.
Yes.
Now, of course, we also know somehow he gets out.
But I think that it's the Infinity Stones. I feel like you could do it with the Infinity Stones.
You could, but they don't have them. Thanos still has them on whatever far-off planet he's on.
So
they have to get that first and then resurrect people just to kill them again. And I don't think we're going to... I think maximum halfway through we're getting everyone back to try to fight Thanos again.
Fair.
Because you're not going to wait till the end of the movie to bring back Robert Downey Jr. And actually, he didn't die. I forgot.
No.
Anyway, the rest of the cast, you're not going to wait till the end of the movie to bring them all back. I don't think. I could be wrong. I mean, this could be the last hurrah with the original Avengers, and somehow they pull it out. But I just don't. I don't think that's what you would do. I don't think you would wait till the end of the movie to bring everyone back and those characters die and have a whole movie
There's no way
without that cast.
They're bringing back Captain America just for him to be like, and I retire.
Well, that's the thing. Well, he's...
Well, no. He's talking about, like, the last hurrahs, and some people are going to die for real this time.
And also, if you have if
they
have the Infinity Stones, then also, how are we getting rid of the characters that are going to be gone? Yeah. Because Robert Downey Jr., this is probably his last movie. This is probably Cap's last movie.
I'm just saying, if you have the Infinity Stones and all it takes is for you to snap to make people disappear, wouldn't you just need to snap to bring them back?
That's also my point. Even if they did that, that wouldn't explain how they die. Because we're going to lose them somehow. The original Avengers is gone. We're going to lose them.
Okay, in what you're saying, yes, but that doesn't mean that one single person out of all of them could not retain. Like, they're not all going to die. You still have... Spider-Man's not going to die.
No.
Well, no.
No, my point is by the end of the movie, we're going to get the original people back. Or not the original. The Black Panther, Spider-Man, Strange, they're all coming back. No matter what. Even if it is with the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
But somehow, we're losing Iron Man, Cap. They're going to... Because this is their last movies.
Yes.
So there needs to be a story explanation why they're dead.
Why
can't they just snap and then bring them back? And if they die, they die.
Because you have the Infinity Stones at that point. And you just
but they're just going to get destroyed. Everybody knows that the Infinity Stones are probably going to get destroyed. The Infinity Stones are probably going to get destroyed.
I'm saying there has to be a story explanation that brings back people. And I also think they're going to bring back people way before they get a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet. I think the quantum realm is going to have something to do with that, and somehow time travel is going to have something to do with it.
Well, obviously, if you bring back Doctor Strange,
we need time to.
Well, he can't do that. He can't do it without the stone.
Well, you're right. He doesn't have the stone anymore. I forgot. But yeah.
So that's not happening. Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. But that's what's so great about it is they actually haven't shown anything.
I know. So many possibilities.
We've only seen a handful of characters, period, and we've seen very little about what's actually going to happen in the movie.
Which is good. That's how I want it.
Exactly. If we don't get nothing else, I'm perfectly happy. I'll go in that movie as blind as possible and enjoy anything.
And as angry whenever it ended the last time.
Oh, the last time was amazing. It hurt. It hurt so bad. It was amazing.
It hurt.
It was a good ending.
So angry.
Yes.
It was
a very good ending. It was just
even though Thanos won, it was a good ending.
Everyone cried. Spider-Man, Tony holding Spider-Man. Everybody cried. That was it.
Spider-Man's death was hard on that one.
Yeah.
He's the only one who showed like immense emotion when he died.
It's true.
Like freaked out. Poor Spider-Man. Poor Spider-Man.
I was sad too when Bucky died. Like when Bucky went, because he was literally like Steve, and then Steve turns around and he's just starting to disappear, and he's looking at himself like, "What the hell is going on?" And I'm like, "Oh God, don't do this!" They keep finding each other and losing each other. Stop this.
It's true.
But it was also cool to see Nick Fury and see him disappear and have the pager falls.
Yeah, maybe I missed something in Winter Soldier, or was he in? He was in Civil War, or Civil War, but I don't remember him being in Africa.
Who?
Oh, it's a one of the end credit things.
What?
Okay, so it was an end credit that he went to.
Bucky, how he ended up in Wakanda.
Yeah, he was in Wakanda.
It was at the end of even at the end of Civil War, they bring him there.
Yeah.
At the very end of the movie.
Okay, see, and I didn't
put him in a little freeze chamber thing.
And that's where they bring him there.
And then during the after credit scene of which one is where they actually show him coming out of the tent. I forgot which one.
Yeah, it was in one of the movies. Yeah. We've known he was there. They've shown him there. Or it was at the end it was in one of the movies. They showed him take him to Wakanda. He talked to the king because they have advanced technology, blah, blah, blah. And then...
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, I do remember that.
The end of...
But actually, it wasn't him, it was Black Panther.
It is Black Panther. They show
the ending credit scene of Black Panther was showing the white wolf or white something. And they show Bucky coming out of the tent without his arm. Like, oh, yeah, he's been here. He's been hanging out here.
Oh,
been recovering.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah. Because that was the last movie before Infinity War.
Yeah.
So we saw that Bucky was already there.
Okay. So for some reason, I just missed. I did not remember the first
time.
We're
watching Infinity War again.
I haven't seen it since theaters. Like I wanted to rent it, and I just haven't had time.
Well, you don't have to rent it.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
it's on Netflix.
I would rather watch it on the big screen. I don't have internet in my house, so I watch everything on here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm too blind for that. I'm way too blind.
It has major downfalls.
Yes.
But speaking of Iron Man, Anthem has been really awesome.
Nice segue there.
It's a video game.
I saw that it had just come out when we went to GameStop the other day, and we've been thinking about getting it, but we've been so caught up in Battlefield 5 that, you know, we just...
Well, I'll say another free game you could test out if you wanted to. It's more akin to Battlefield. It's first person. It's not third person like Fortnite. It's called Apex Legends.
Okay.
So
Apex Legends.
It's free as well. So you could jump on me or Robert or Sandy. Well, Sandy doesn't. Me and Sandy don't play very often because we don't care for it as much. But we could all play together. Robert does because it's free. He doesn't have to pay ES Plus, so he can play it.
That's fair.
So I was playing with him yesterday.
I will maybe check it out.
No, it's free, but again, it's first person, so maybe you'd appreciate it.
I might. I do like first person games.
Now Anthem is third person, so be
I'm
warned.
probably gonna like it less, but it's okay.
Okay.
But flying around as Iron Man is amazing. Anthem, you know Mass Effect?
Yes, I know Mass Effect.
BioWare made Mass Effect.
Okay.
Their new game is Anthem.
Yeah.
Okay.
You play as basically 4 Iron Mans.
Yeah.
Oh,
flying around an environment, killing enemies on a foreign, distant planet.
Okay.
Yeah. They're a robot human in a suit.
But you're a person.
You're a person in a robot
You're
suit.
Iron Man.
You're Iron Man, yeah.
There are different suits, but you're Iron Man. One looks like the Hulkbuster. There's a thinner version, and there's 2 other versions.
Alright, that makes sense.
But you're Iron Man. And the liftoff, the jumping and flying feels so good. But you can... Watching it and feeling, because your controller vibrates and the sound and everything, it feels like you are legitly taking off in an Iron Man outfit. It does. It feels awesome.
There's a few things missing there. One, your body elevating.
I know what I'm saying.
That's a huge part of feeling like you're flying, and I feel like it's kind of missing the mark there.
It feels really good. The game feels great.
Well, if there comes a day where I'm holding the controller and I start levitating because the controller is vibrating,
then I would really believe it. I would believe it when you said it.
I'd be like, putting down controller, probably never touching it again.
I don't know if I want to go that far with my simulation.
But you do feel like Iron Man. It's pretty awesome. You're flying around that game, and the liftoff is cool.
Thinking about getting it, maybe.
Well, I'll probably play it in like 5 years from now. So
you'll play Anthem too. It's all right.
Along with not having internet, we just PS3. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. No internet. This is an online only game, so.
Oh, okay. So we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We saw it. We didn't look too
I know
far
you know
into
at
it.
least a little bit.
It was really packed in there because it was the day it came out. So.
Like Destiny is an online. I don't know if you know much about Destiny.
Yes, I didn't like it.
Oh, it's like that. That's it. It's an online only game.
All of your viewers going to be like, "Does this bitch like anything?"
No.
And I'm
The
gonna be
answer is no.
Kingdom Hearts.
I like what I like. I do like Kingdom Hearts, which is a shitty game to like because it's very poor gameplay. It's very poor everything, but it's just so damn cute.
Yes.
It's just so damn cute. If you don't like playing games with Mickey Mouse in them and you're an adult, I don't know what to tell you. Okay?
I played the
Donald.
first 2.
I love Donald.
Donald, Duck, and Goofy. They're just cute.
And there's like 12 spin-offs that all part of the story, and then 3, of course, just came out.
And I can play it in front of Ellie without her bitching at me and about doing something else.
Because there's Disney characters.
There's Disney characters right in it. And I give her a turned-off controller, and she plays Goofy and Donald because they're running around with me.
Aww.
And so I'm really playing, and she's not fucking my game up.
Yeah.
And, and that's how we...
Parenting.
Parenting 101. How many monies did you pick up? And it's spelled MUNNY.
Oh, I know.
Monies. Okay, so how many monies did you get? None.
You get her help building the gummy ship?
Yes.
We don't do the gummy ship. we're not. We don't go to those. We're not mechanics. Okay, we just let Sid handle it. Sid and the Chickmunks. I'm sure I would get further. We just got to the part where you can Since we're starting over, I should throw that background out there. We're starting over because the third one just came out and we want to play. So, Ellie and I play. We just got to the part where we can...
to catch up?
The first one, most
first
likely.
one.
No. Which all games?
Probably the first and the second.
There's halves in there too, and I'm gonna play them all.
Well, there's 1 and 2, but then there's like at least 3 to 4 other ones.
It's a
They're
package.
all individually tiled. Yeah, I know. You get
the package.
Yeah, I wonder there's a
package.
package.
Yeah, that's what.
Why do you know which games you plan on playing? Because there's like a total of like 5.
At a minimum, I'm going to play 1, 2, 2.5 because 2.5 leads to 3.
Well,
supposedly, which I didn't do the research into that, so if it doesn't, my bad. But I think
they have a bunch of word names. There's like drink, drop, distance. There's
chain of memories.
Chain of memories.
Something
1, 2 point over something. Like, there's a bunch of word names.
I don't
know. Anyway, so I'm gonna at least play the first and the second one.
365. There was like one that was every day of the year 365, but I can't remember what it's called.
Me neither.
It's very
it might be in that package. All I know is it was like a full package of all of them, and it was only like $40-$50, and I was like, damn, for all of them, alright.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I was actually going to do that during, I think it was last year during Black Friday, or like either after Black Friday or after Christmas when they still had sales and stuff going. Mm-hmm. They had them at Best Buy for like $20 each. There was 2 of them, and it was for PS3. And it had all of the games, just split between 2 of them. Good. And I was like, I really want this. And I didn't do it, and now I can't find them anymore, so... I have to go to eBay.
Yeah, eBay, GTS, Google that shit.
Googles.
So, yeah, I will probably never play 3. I played 1 and 2.
I mean, I hear it's just the same gameplay.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be fun. If I ever get time, I can barely play the games I have. I'm playing Anthem, but it's easier to play stuff with people. Like, I can hang out with Sandy. I can hang out with Robert. I hang out with Mike as I play Anthem or Fortnite or Apex, because they're all online games being played together. Other than that, I've only really played Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Other than that, I played God of War, which I loved.
God, did you actually beat God of War, the new God of War?
No, I haven't beat the new God of War. I have beat 3.
Oh, that isn't one that exists?
No, I'm trying to remember which the ones that I played all the way through. I played them all, but I think I beat 3 and possibly 1, the first one. But
do you have the new one? Were you talking about the new one, or you just threw out God of War?
No, I played the new one. I don't own the new one.
Oh.
When you were talking about games that you spend your time that you actually have played that you like, yeah, I mean it goes down into Legends of Dragoon, God of War.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious?
Yes, Legends of Dragoon, God of War, Kingdom Hearts.
Well, if you get the opportunity to play the new one,
I mean, I like games. I just and Battlefield at all times. Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, if you don't like killing zombies, I don't know what your problem is.
It's okay. You're probably the first person that I've heard where I've said has even mentioned Legend of Dragoon. Every time
such a good game. Everybody's always Final Fantasy, and I'm like, or Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah, I would say that, and everyone's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's an old game.
It's really old, but it's a good storyline. I really like it."
Yes, and everyone has problems with it because they don't realize. Okay, this came out for the PS1, so the graphics are so bad, but it's still such a good game.
It's such a good game. I love it. It was really good. It was really good. I liked it.
Yes.
That's where it ends. I mean, it doesn't have to be Final Fantasy where you got 12 fucking editions just to get the point. Anyway.
No,
I really liked it.
Yeah, everything about the game, like the music they had for it, like the storyline that they had for it was really nice. I loved, of course, everything was great. The fighting, obviously pixelated. Everything's pixelated.
Everything was pixelated, so it was great for when it came out. Though,
oh yeah,
it was top of it. It's beautiful. It was the top of its game.
The worlds, everything. It was beautiful.
So
the
pretty.
Creatures that they had, the dragons, the costumes, like the outfits they had for each of the characters.
Exactly.
It
was good.
Yes.
I liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, I've never played it, so I have no opinion of The Legend of Dragoon. I got nothing there.
It's unsurprising?
Yeah. No.
Why would you mean to be about that?
Otherwise...
Because you were a Final Fantasy kid.
Well, I've played a drastic amount of games.
I've played...
That's not one of them.
But it tends to be you either were a Legends of Dragoon person or a Final Fantasy person.
Or
I met
you're
very
a kid
many
who
people
never heard of Legends of Dragoon.
Not many people had heard of Legends.
So,
which is crazy to me because I don't know. It was big to me. I mean, I don't know.
Because the first person that I ever had even run into where they were like, "Oh, Legend of Dragoon," I was like, "Really? Surprise!" And then they ended up giving me their guide for it.
What?
Yeah. To which, after I was looking through the guide, I beat the game already, and I was looking through the guide, and it said, these are the stats you should have in order to defeat the last boss. I was way below that. I was like, I don't know how to survive.
Just thank you so much. Yeah, because
I wanted to know what the story was, so I didn't spend as much time as I should just running around leveling up.
That was my main, because I really liked the storyline of it. It was good.
So it's like,
it's an RPG, you gotta grind.
I wanted to know what happened.
I wanted to get to the fucking point. I played this when I was young.
I
was impatient. I was like, I need to know.
You have to
Not
grind.
only that, but literally, you would get pissed off going from point A to point B and running into every single
time. It was like every 2 seconds.
That's an RPG. That's old school Japanese RPGs. That's what they are.
So annoying though. You're like, can I just find out what's next?
Especially when you're about to die and it's like, I am 2 steps away from the next place. 2 steps away, and you run into 5 things, and you're like, please, just let me go.
Just let me live.
Yeah. And you have that awful save point where it's like, you can't, you're very low on items, very low on everything, and you have to save because you have to leave somewhere, and you come back, and you can't go backwards anymore, so you're screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kids these days will never know the hardships of saving games.
Yeah.
Putting saved games on memory cards that may or may not sometimes work.
Yeah.
Accidentally overwriting. Oh, God.
Oh, that is the worst.
Manual saving.
My brother,
having no choice but
I
to manual
was
save.
near the end of that game, and my brother overwrote my game to start a new game. Okay, I was like, oh, you little. Oh, I was so angry. I don't know what. Thank you. I'm sorry. That was dumb of me. Thank you.
But no, the kids these days don't know a lot of things.
No, manual saving, and when I say manual, I mean only being able to save at certain points in the game or particular areas and having to get there.
With Legend of Dragoon, it was ports. Like they had the little, wasn't it like a floating crystal something or another that you had to go? It was just a circle on the ground with one of those floating, and you had to find those. I think that's what it was.
Actually, you know what other game that we've been doing lately that I just remembered? We were playing Attack on Titan 2. And if you watch Attack on Titan,
I've seen the first season.
Okay.
That's it.
There are 2 out. A third one is out, but it's not dubbed yet. It is subbed, but it's not dubbed. And it is on Hulu.
Eventually.
And it is a very good show. I like it a lot.
First season was great.
It was good. The second one is also very good. But the gameplay, it's such an interesting little game. You're doing what they're doing, literally. You're throwing yourself around the little canisters, and you're killing people. You get to learn controls to do all of it. So it's really, it's pretty interesting. And I was just like, oh. And you get to set up your character to look like whatever you want.
I love character creation games. Or games I'll spend in 3 hours creating a character.
It's true. I do get a little, because you can move all of their face.
It's like The Sims when The Sims came out for the first time, and you're just like,
yes,
the eyes are like,
yes, you can do that. Like the pupils in this get big and then they're small, and I mean,
it's even Anthem. You don't get to customize your character, but your javelins, your armor suits are your characters. So you can put custom paint jobs. You can put whatever color you want, and they have 8 slots you can put different colors in and change how it looks.
Well, if you had played Legends of Dragoon, you would know that.
Well, I'm saying Anthem has that.
It's
you get multiple.
It was way cooler when they did it. I'm just saying.
I loved their dragon suits.
Yeah, they were just so freaking okay.
And then of course you had.
I'm sorry that you weren't cool enough to play Legends of Dragoon. I'm sorry that no one introduced you to that as a child.
I was sheltered as a child.
Okay.
I didn't have these things.
Get out of my face. I played probably every Zelda.
Yeah, because my parents got me.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I'm sorry my mother didn't pick up Legends of Dragoon since I didn't have
me too.
An active social life as
what
a child
abusive childhood.
who could find out about these other games pre-internet.
I mean, they only advertised. Small advertisement, probably, but they did.
But no, I can't remember her name. It starts with an M, but she was the fairy. She was the...
Oh, don't even...
Yeah, I know. But no, I don't remember her name. But...
I can't even remember majority of the storyline. It's been so long since
I remember Dart, Rose...
Oh, yeah.
Main 2.
Yeah.
But then her starts with an M, and I just remember she had the giant hammer. Like she had
I loved her too.
She was like her element was kind of like water, and I know she had the giant hammer. And then Dart, of course, was fire. Rose, I don't really know what her element was. Wasn't hers like darkness or something?
What?
I don't know.
It's been.
And then I can't.
Literally, I played it when I was like 10.
Yeah.
It's been like 17 years.
I can't remember the guys. There was 2 guys, because he started out with one, and then that didn't go well for him. So you ended up with another one, and I can't remember their names. Or one of them was a prince. That's all I remember at some point. And then you had the kung fu guy.
Maybe I was 11.
The old.
It was so. I just remember loving it so much. I remember what their costumes looked like in my head. I remember.
Well, good context.
It being such.
It came out in 2000. You're like to drug your.
Yeah.
It's
So okay, maybe I was
19 years ago.
Maybe I was 8 or 9.
June 13th, 2000.
It just seems like a lot longer.
It does.
On the classic PlayStation.
And it was so good. It was so good.
All I remember, I don't really remember the full storyline from beginning to end, but I do remember that the reason why Dart was going on this adventure was because the dragon torched his home, like his village, and it killed his family and stuff like that. So he was gonna go. And
he was still wasn't he looking for someone?
Yes.
He was looking for someone.
It was the girl, because she turns out to be your archer at some point. She didn't. I can't remember her name, but yeah, she goes missing or whatever, and then he finds out that she's been kidnapped or whatever. Yeah. But I can't remember her name. I just remember that at some point in time she joins the party and she has the bow and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, can't help you with this. I don't.
You're missing out.
Apparently.
Go back in time. Play
19 years ago, I missed out on that game.
Well, don't say it like that. That's like meeting someone who's never played Mario. Okay?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Legend of Dragoon is not prolific as Mario.
Okay, Mario is pretty prolific. That's like meeting
pretty
someone
prolific. It's probably the most recognizable video game character in history.
You're right, but I'm just saying it's like
Pac-Man.
So I'm just saying it's like
more than Pac-Man.
It might be more than Pac-Man.
No, he is literally the most recognizable video game character. Period. There is no more recognizable character.
I really don't know about it. Pac-Man is
Mario
really
is the face of video games for everybody.
You should make that a let's make that a thing.
Poll time.
Poll. Yeah, let's make that a poll. Who is more recognizable, Mario or Pac-Man? I want to say
Waka, waka.
Who came out first? Pac-Man.
Arcade, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Pac-Man came out first. I'm not saying he didn't.
So wouldn't it just make sense that Pac-Man, who's been around
not way longer,
it's been a good amount longer, because he didn't come out until
dropping shit.
Nintendo, and Nintendo didn't come out until after.
Let's do some history here.
It
doesn't change. It's like, there are cartoons that came out before Mickey Mouse. But who would be the most recognizable cartoon character of all time? It is Mickey Mouse.
This is true.
Okay, but it's not true for Pac-Man and
I disagree.
Mario.
I still think Mario's more recognizable than Pac-Man.
I would only agree with you in the fact that Mario has an actual character and Pac-Man is literally a piece of pie.
Literally, if I'm just doing nothing and I see a pie chart and it's all yellow, I immediately think Pac-Man. Yeah. So that's.
I'm just saying. I still.
We have a pie chart versus a bright red thing. Of course, kids are going to remember the bright red thing.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Pac-Man came out 3 years before Mario.
It seems like so much longer.
3. Pac-Man came out in 1980. Mario came out in 1983.
Man, it seems like so much longer. Yeah. Okay, well, regardless.
There's not a huge
Regardless, gap. I still feel that I mean, Pac-Man is just so widely known, and so is Mario, but I feel like they're...
Ask kids these days who play video games, and I guarantee you probably find a lot of... Well, no, period. In the world, period. Not only asking old people who play video games...
No, but what we're saying is that doesn't technically count because Mario has been renewed over the years.
So is Pac-Man. But that's my point. Mario is still the most recognizable video game character in the world, hands down.
I guess
you can't say only for people 25 and older. Pac-Man is more recognizable.
Okay, well, who's watching this channel? All right.
As far as a video game character, yes, Mario has had drastic amounts of games, and he had a game that came out last year.
Yes, they're always remaking Mario. I don't think they'll...
Mario's Nintendo's character. Their flagship character. That's always going to be that way.
If you're going... It's like saying who's more recognizable, Mario or Batman?
Mario. Like Mario.
Really?
I guarantee you, if I don't know, if anybody who plays video games who's older than 25 knows both. So...
You're telling me that you don't think 2-year-olds running around recognize Batman? Batman is alive.
What are you...
She changed Batman instead of Pac-Man. Batman.
I didn't hear
Mario.
Batman. I did not hear Batman.
Yeah, I said Batman. I said, but in that sentence, it's like saying if there's anyone who's a really big influence in, like, either cartoons or video games or whatever.
Now we're crossing stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's whoever that you're exposed to. Whoever your generation is highly exposed to. That's
every generation to exist at this point is exposed to Mario.
And Batman.
And Pac-Man.
If you're alive these days and you've ever played video games, you know who Mario is.
And Batman.
And probably Batman, not Pac-Man.
Yes, and Pac-Man.
Not kids these days.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Didn't they just come out? What was... Okay, that just was an overstatement. I will say just was an overstatement. Let me catch myself.
Just
the last time I saw
8 years ago.
Pixels had a huge ass Pac-Man and everybody knew it was.
But Pixels not a huge movie.
No,
it didn't. And especially wasn't made for kids.
It didn't do so well.
It did not do so well, but it still had Pac-Man in it. People know who Pac-Man is.
I'm not saying people don't know who Pac-Man is.
I just really think
adults who play video games know who Pac-Man is. Kids, not as much.
Okay, my 4-year-old doesn't know who Pac-Man is.
But she probably knows who Mario is.
She does not know who Mario is.
She doesn't play video games, though. So.
No, you're right.
I guarantee you'd find more people.
Because I'm forcing her to play
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, but because I'm forcing her to play video games where she's doing what I want. She knows, it's
now,
awful.
If they're
she does
the most recognizable symbol,
so bad.
Period, any entertainment property to ever exist, the most recognizable thing ever, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah, you literally have one in every fucking country, pretty much.
I mean, Mickey Mouse is synonymous with Disney, and Disney's probably the biggest company on the planet. And Mickey Mouse has been out forever.
They own all our clones.
And because it's so tied into kids, any kid to exist has watched something with Mickey Mouse on it.
Or something from Disney.
Exactly.
Or they've been.
Which technically, if you watch something from Disney, you're watching Mickey Mouse, because one of the reels in the beginning is a Mickey Mouse reel.
They do that too. Let me say, he is the most
Steamboat Willie.
Infamously.
I said Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
So, I'm not Mario, but Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
The most recognizable. You draw just 3 circles.
Well, yeah, and that's the big logo.
And Mickey Mouse.
Well, of course, everyone's like Disneyland as soon as they see that logo. So. And then you get kids excited, and then you have to take them places. Otherwise, they scream and cry,
Mickey
and then
Mouse,
you have
Disney World.
Hide them outside.
Yeah.
But
that one's true.
These days, superheroes are becoming that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because Marvel is helping revolutionize what superhero films are and how popular they are. DC's
how well they could be.
Yes, how successful they can be. It is a multi-billion-dollar thing.
If they put in the time and they put in the graphics.
Well, still, Marvel's has done that.
Yeah.
Yes.
DC.
They're settling.
Infinity War make $2 billion.
Yes, I think that I still think that there's plenty of ways that they can.
There's always ways to do better, but I think their movies have only done better and better and better. You compare Marvel's Phase 1 to Marvel's Phase 3. There's a giant leap in how quality, how much better quality the movies are.
I agree.
The first run, it was like Iron Man 1 was really good. I liked Captain America. Thor was decent. But the thing is, they weren't like great films.
No.
But then we got the Avengers, the first Avengers, and that is still a great film. It's a fun to watch film that combined. It took 4 or 5 movies, put them into one film, made it work, and was good.
I really like.
It was making history at the time.
I'm a huge fan of crossovers in anything.
Yes,
so I was super excited.
It was a super successful thing that had never been done with superheroes like that. And then what they do, they went a step further. They kept doing it.
Yeah.
And we've had Endgame will be like 22 or 23 films in a row that have all concluded into this one thing.
God, I don't know how you continuously bring this back to Endgame, but you somehow continuously bring this back to Endgame. And Marvel and the characters.
We're talking about characters.
I'm a little...
Because we're excited, okay? We just want it to be Endgame time.
It's in
I want to know.
When does it come out? End of April.
I thought it was like it's in April.
Right, the end of April.
And then Far From Home comes out.
July 6th or 7th, something like that. It's right before my birthday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Because the first one released my birthday weekend. This one's releasing my birthday weekend. So
it's kind of like when the Harry Potters came out. Because, like, the first one came out on my birthday. And then the last one, technically, it's not Harry Potter, but it's...
See, and now I want to know which one is
Beasts.
more recognizable. Because the Harry Potter's so recognizable.
Oh, versus...
Especially over the last couple decades, he's become insanely popular.
Well, what do you know with the past? Of course it's the past. That's whenever it has emerged.
That's my point. Well, that's my point. That's when it emerged. That's when it's become popular.
The past couple of decades of our life. We're only a couple of decades, man. We haven't even reached a full third decade. Well, lies. Yes, you have. I forget.
I'm going on 32. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, well, some of us.
Just because you're a little younger.
Some of us aren't as old as you.
Yeah.
But...
Amanda's close.
No. I refuse.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah.
But as popular as Harry Potter is, still not as popular as some of these other things. Not as popular.
Seriously, it is... I think you're underestimating its popularity because of your exposure to it. Because
I'm not. I know how popular Harry Potter is. And how rich... What's her face? J.K. Rowling is.
Yeah, she's probably fucking rolling in from homeless to there. I'm trying to live that dream life, okay?
Aren't we all?
We need to write on napkins.
But I really don't know. I feel like it's pretty recognizable. I'm trying to think of its level. Its level.
It's pretty high.
It's insane. It's insane.
Friggin' high up there. When now people can go around just be like, oh, I'm in this house, yeah. Yeah.
That could be a common thing. Talking about what house you're in.
Like, literally...
Yeah,
literally...
I'm a Ravenclaw, so just so we're all clear, I know.
Me too.
Okay.
Don't. No, we're the same house. Don't.
I just know who I am. I'm just throwing it out there for the fellow Ravenclaws, I guess you. We don't... He's like the one we're ashamed of.
No, don't be me. Very happy to be a Ravenclaw. Don't be me.
But...
See, this is what we're talking about.
Dumb Hufflepuff.
I am not a Hufflepuff. Which I wouldn't mind either, actually.
You should be a Hufflepuff.
I probably should have been a Hufflepuff.
I'm
a Gryffindor.
I was like, I know, you're a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
You seem very Gryffindor.
It's pretty much because while I was taking the thing, I ended up with answers in every single damn house, and they didn't know where to put me. So they're just like Gryffindor. Yeah.
Well, mine felt all over the board too, because I was like, this seems like a quality that would be very Gryffindor-y, but I mean, this is my answer. But when I got to the end, they were like, you're super Ravenclaw.
Of course. That's the only my only disappointment with the books. The only way I would have changed
First of all,
what?
I don't know if we're going to go into the movie.
I'm saying my only disappointment with the books, I would love to see more representation by the other houses. That's all.
You can't really get that, though, from a story surrounding specifically about one guy.
But it does talk about other... Because who they date are in other houses. what's going on. They describe what the other houses are.
Insanely the most popular is Gryffindor because all three people are all about Gryffindor. They're all in Gryffindor. We hear about Gryffindor. All the points get awarded to Gryffindor. It's all about Gryffindor, which is fine.
When you see them come up, Ravenclaw is always up there in points, okay? And they're like, and right now it's Ravenclaw, and but also Slytherin. But also, let's just let Gryffindor win.
You did not get nowhere near representation of the other houses. As far as history and everything else, it was all about Gryffindor. Good story. I will enjoy it. I'll always enjoy it. But it is. I would have liked to have seen. I would like to have seen each one of them be in a different house, and the whole story be a little bit more about them being united from different houses versus all only being about Gryffindor.
It could have added. I see how that could have added to the story.
Ron could have been in Hufflepuff, and Hermione could have been in...
Ron was never being in... Just so we're clear, the Weasleys are Gryffindor. You're never going to be in Hufflepuff.
You wouldn't have thought that if that's how it had originally been written. No. But you wouldn't have.
Unless all the Weasleys were in Hufflepuff, you're right.
That's the point.
I just don't see Ron as a
I really don't. Harry could have been in Hufflepuff. You know who couldn't have been in Hufflepuff?
He would have been the Gryffindor.
Ron.
Hermione would have been, of course, the Ravenclaw, the smart one.
That one, I do.
I think Harry should have ended up in Slytherin. That would have been an interesting
I also kind of think sometimes, well, what if he had been... But it just would change the dynamics of it too much. Like, him being in Hufflepuff, it wouldn't change it too much. But him being in full-on Slytherin, that would just...
He should have been... in Gryffindor, and they should have been the other two.
Why
and
does he have to be in Gryffindor? Why would Ron, in your opinion, being in Hufflepuff and him being in Gryffindor? Why? I want to know your opinion.
It's already completely centered around Gryffindor. Instead of taking the whole thing and sitting around a completely different house, and Harry being the star, all I'm taking is his two friends and just sticking them in other ones so we get a little more representation and actually been hearing about them more, and kind of felt that all the houses were semi-equal, and not Gryffindor being the supreme leader of everybody.
But by putting Harry still in Gryffindor and moving...
That would make it where it would change the book completely 1,000,000%. But by having Ron in one of them and her in one of them, we would still gotten more representation. We would have heard more about those houses, what they do, and how they operate more often than not having them...
A smidgen. It's still about Harry. Well, therefore it's still about Gryffindor. It's still about the Gryffindor sword. It's still about so many ties to Gryffindor.
I think it would have changed enough and we would have more representation.
The only reason why that wouldn't work though is because a lot of their conflict happens, of course, centered obviously around Gryffindor, but also in the Gryffindor common room. That's where they meet up. But that would have been interesting
about them meeting up somewhere outside.
But then it wouldn't have focused on them. It would have focused on where they can all commonly meet up. They don't have a common room because they can't get into each other's houses.
But I think it would have been interesting to see these three houses becoming friends and trying to make that work through this.
See, that concept by itself would have been interesting to see.
But it does, though, because Luna is not in Gryffindor. Luna's in Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw.
She's only in a few of the books.
First of all, calm down. Luna's an integral character.
My point is, you don't get a lot about the other houses.
And
all you get from Slytherin is that Slytherin is the most evil thing to ever be conceived.
I mean, have you seen the people who come out of there?
That's my point. They are painted as the villain.
Snape.
Good old Hufflepuff is...
Okay. Snape had his time. And Snape was also a bully the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's just the end-all be-all. He did bully a child the entire series.
Yes.
I love him, but also,
they redeemed him pretty well at the end. But yes.
Also,
the point is, I would love to actually... Still, I just want more representation from all houses.
You have some of it, though.
I'm not saying you don't have some of it, but you have nowhere near. I would like to see more.
Hufflepuff suffers the most. That's it.
Well, they do.
No one knows about Hufflepuff. But here's
they're exactly what they are.
Is that even if you have your other characters based in different houses, the main story is still going to follow Harry.
But we wouldn't have always been in the Gryffindor common room. It would have always been only the Gryffindor team.
No,
only
it's
the
still
Gryffindor.
going
Only
to
the
follow
Gryffindor.
Harry. You're going to see more Gryffindor.
Yes, there would have been more. I'm not saying equal 25%, 25%, 25%, but we would have still gotten more.
I don't know.
And I would like to see more because by far Gryffindor is the most popular
You read
house.
every single book. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then you know that they do have representation of those in the books. Minus Hufflepuff. I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there. Hufflepuff is completely underrepresented in every shape, way, form. Anytime there's anything to do with Quidditch, anytime there's anything to do with fucking the castle, anytime there's anything to do with...
Did Hufflepuff meet them at one point?
I don't know. No one remembers because they were so underrepresented.
I could have swore Hufflepuff won because that was when Harry fell off his broom because of the Dementors. I could have swore they were going against Hufflepuff.
Just don't know because that's some deep level trivia, okay? Because I don't remember because Hufflepuff was just not as.
The thing is
not that they're not important.
Houses,
just to me, I didn't. Yeah,
the other house, you could have taken Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff completely out of the books. No. It only had Slytherin and Ravenclaw, and it wouldn't have changed anything.
Yes, it would.
No,
yes, because Rowena Ravenclaw is an integral part of the final.
And she could have just been in Gryffindor, and no one would have denied.
That wouldn't have been the point, though.
That's not the point. It would definitely integrally
there would have been two houses. You had the evil house and the good house, and it wouldn't change the story at all.
Yes,
it does.
It wouldn't have.
It does. Luna Lovegood is from Ravenclaw. The Wraiths.
They all could have been from the Gryffindor.
First off, I'd like to point.
Yes, your volume. This is not us. This is you.
I'd like to point that out real quick. That's funny.
Without putting the microphone over there somewhere, I can't do anything about it.
You might need to put the microphone up. We'll speak up and it'll just pick you up.
Okay. Here's the only problem with that. Is each house is represented by one main person, the creator of said house, okay?
Yes.
The Slytherin's house, that was the point, is that he no longer wanted to work with everybody else because he thought purebloods were the only ones that deserved everything. So he has to remain Slytherin. Gryffindor, of course, Godric Gryffindor, the sword, everything. Very major part. So Rowena Ravenclaw could not be either of those.
And on top of that, you could not have
a tiny bit.
No,
it would have worked.
You cannot.
Are you going to have either Godric or I don't even remember Slytherin. What was the Slytherin?
Slytherin, Salazar.
Yeah, whatever. You want to give him a tiara? Because that's
the whole. They would have taken out the tiara.
It's not a tiara. It's a diadem.
Whatever it was, they easily said, there were two special people who were in each of the two houses, and these people were over here, and these people were here, and they were split. And Ravenclaw tends to fall on the evil side, and Gryffindors are on the good side.
No.
It wouldn't have changed the books at all.
Yes, and it would.
Okay,
I agree that it would not change the books too much to have them be in different houses, maybe, or that just to represent them more in the storyline.
Those houses are so underrepresented that it wouldn't even change anything.
Yes.
One, it would have lowered the class size if there's only two houses.
you know, and it changes so many things. It really would. You're not if you
change
read the
a couple tiny story beats that thing.
No,
you practically be the same book.
You literally.
I'm talking about like history things, like you're talking about all that crap.
If you were to say, if you took out, I'm sorry, Hufflepuffs across the world. I'm not saying this to hurt you. If you took out Hufflepuff, it would probably be the same.
But that's because they didn't even write.
The only houses that matter is Gryffindor and Slytherin because Slytherin is the evil side.
It literally is not the same if you take out Ravenclaw.
It is.
Okay, fine. We'll go with that. We'll go with all of this, except for it's been negated by the Cursed Child because the Cursed Child has representation from other houses.
I don't disagree with that, but the Cursed Child was like an afterthought.
First of all, the whole thing is an afterthought. It was written on napkins.
I'm so evil.
The whole thing is like, I don't know, we're just
from a napkin to a
every fucking book is an after. It's just an addition. Okay, you can't be like.
You could have taken out both of them. You would have the same story.
You really would not have
the first 10 books would have been identical.
It would not have
been with two less houses.
No, it
would
not.
Did you say the first 10 books?
Said the first
two.
Oh, okay.
No, it would not have.
All the books, all 7 books would have been identical, taking out those two houses.
It would not have.
It would have.
It really would not have.
It would have been the exact same book.
It changes that dynamic.
Because you're so focused on Gryffindor, and then everyone who's evil is always from Slytherin.
Okay, I will do this as a test and let you guys know. I will go through the first book and literally just take out anything that has to do with any other house and see what it sounds like.
What they represent as a person. When you're proud to be Ravenclaw, why are you proud to be Ravenclaw? Because they're the prestigious of the minds, okay? That's the point. They are, like, Gryffindor is courage. They're nothing but courage and bravery. That's who they are. Bravery. Just straight bravery.
And then they're underrepresented in the books.
Okay, but you could not have the books without them.
Maybe
Hufflepuff. I hate it. It's true. I feel for you. I wish it was more.
There's no integral thing about Ravenclaw in particular that you have to have for any major plot point of the entire movie.
That's not true.
The fourth book.
What?
The Goblet of Fire.
What about it?
You have to have all the houses in order for that to work.
You can still only have 2 houses.
No.
It just would have been less houses. I guarantee it wouldn't change anything. You would shove some integral characters into the good side, maybe some of the bad side, and it would literally be the same story.
Cedric Diggory, was he in Hufflepuff?
Yeah, actually he was.
He was.
He totally was.
Okay,
That's why
there you go.
But he could have been
That's
in
why I brought up
Gryffindor.
the
It wouldn't
fourth
change anything.
That's Hufflepuff, right there.
It would have just been, this is where each of the 2 houses and the other schools compete.
But Cedric Diggory was in Hufflepuff and he dies, and that's integral.
But he could have just been in Raven. I mean,
No,
it would have mattered.
Yes, it would have. It
It
matters.
wouldn't have.
It would have. It matters. There's rivalry between the houses in the sense
It could
that...
have just been the 2 sides.
I don't believe
I feel
that.
bad now.
I do. I feel...
Well, no, I had got a text at like 5:30 from her about the keys.
Oh.
I had like 2 texts and a missed call,
also,
okay?
I also got text messages.
My phone's on
see
silent,
them.
so...
I'm gonna have some serious audio things to fix in this.
Yeah, you are.
Yourself.
Yeah. And a lot of editing and cutting and
It's gonna be 27 hours to edit this video.
Me too. I actually have to watch this one.
I won't.
I know you won't.
I don't ever watch my stuff.
Why?
He
Why would I watch? I was on it. I don't need to watch it.
To edit it. That's is that not what editing is? You would
in
think
most
that.
cases, it is. Usually, a person who
then
edits it
Stephanie
actually goes back and edits it.
No, what this thing is, we don't do jump cuts. There's not all these jump cut and stuff. All I have to do is cut off the beginning, cut off the end, stick the little pieces in, and then make sure the audio syncs up.
Yeah,
Except for the fact that you've had so many interruptions.
No, this one, I'm going to have to find a few places to edit, but it doesn't mean I'm going to watch the entire video. It's way too long. What are you talking about? God. I know about the time frame that, I was on it. I love listening to podcasts.
This right here is an edit.
No, it's not. It's totally going in the video.
This shit like this always ends up in the video.
Oh my gosh. You should probably remove the fact for the fandom of the shit you're talking about Harry Potter because I don't think they would.
I love Ravenclaw. I love having multiple houses.
God, here
My point
we got
is,
that going again.
she mentioned it, but the point is, it still wouldn't have mattered.
It would have mattered.
For how underrepresented
You read the book,
they are,
you let me.
it wouldn't have mattered.
They're not.
They're not integral to the story at all.
They are.
They're not, though.
They are.
They are not.
Then you don't. If you think that they are not integral, if you think that they could be without it, then you truly do not understand the universe that it's in. You truly do not understand the fucking point. Okay, that is you. If you are a true
have 2
fan,
houses and it wouldn't change.
then you're not a true fan.
I
because there's
disagree.
That you.
So,
are
but
not,
how about that marble?
there's no way.
Let's go back to Marvel. Yeah.
You know that's the one thing he was not able to wrap that back to. But it doesn't mean he couldn't have found a way.
I'm sure there would have been something. So,
that's like
which Avenger do you think Harry would have been?
No, could you have lived without this character in the Marvel series? Like that, could you live without some of those? Okay.
Easily.
I mean, that's true.
Ugh.
Some of them are just. I mean, I kind of.
Most of them.
Unless Ant-Man plays a huge part in the
Unlike
movies,
Iron Man, you
without,
pretty much any of the characters are swappable.
I could have lived without Iron Man, so.
He's the only reason it exists almost.
Okay, Marvel existed before Iron Man ever came out.
The movie universe.
Yes, the
MCU.
movie.
I'm not talking about Marvel as a whole. I'm talking about the MCU.
Yes, well, you weren't talking about Harry Potter as a whole, were you? So.
I'm talking about the only important books. The 7 Prime books. And 7 movies.
She had a point.
What's the point? Point is.
She had a really good
Point
point.
is you only need 2 houses.
No. That's not the point.
That's not the point. Point is...
Technically, all you need is Captain America and Iron Man. There you go.
Technically.
No. But it would be awful. It would not be the original story. It would not make sense.
There would not be 22 movies, okay?
Exactly. If we had stuck with Iron Man and Captain Marvel, we would not be here at Endgame today. Wrap it back up.
I think you meant Captain America.
Harry Potter's never going to get that far because these Fantastic Beasts movies are not that great.
What?
Harry Potter, we have 7. We're not going to get technically 8 with the first child, but we're not going to get any more.
Yes, we are.
The point is they decent. Yes, we're getting the Fantastic books, Fantastic Beasts movies that are not very good.
I think they're good.
They're not very good.
I've liked them.
You know, when Harry
First
Potter
one was not very
initially
good
came
at all.
out, people were like, that's not very good. It doesn't destroy the whole...
I'm not saying it does. I'm saying is the MCU is expanding into doing its thing. It's going to go on forever.
Yeah, but
Harry Potter will not.
But what we're saying is that with 2 characters, it wouldn't have made it this far.
Exactly.
Literally, those are represented because they have their own movies about each individual person.
I'm just saying.
Harry Potter doesn't have that. You don't have a whole movie about Ravenclaw. Or Hufflepuff, for that matter.
Don't make a movie about
You
Ravenclaw.
have movies about every single house.
No.
They're in every single movie, walking around at the school every single time. And I'm looking at the volume thing, and I need to make my point, but I was being really loud. But the point is they are in every... It is a part of the life.
You can play a drinking game of how often you see a Hufflepuff walking around.
Okay.
You get like
still get
2 in a whole movie.
You will still get wasted. They are
2 in a whole movie.
That is...
Hidden in the background somewhere.
What? They're still in the movie.
Like, where's Waldo? I can't find him. Oh, God. Oh, there's Hufflepuff. I see him back there.
That's it. I'm going home and watching it.
We should play a clip right now. Let's play a clip, and we'll see if we see... What's a famous clip?
Do not play a clip. We're not getting flagged on this video because you played Harry Potter.
That's a good point. Okay. First of all, that's rude of them if they do that.
Yeah, well... I had a video that got, this has copyrighted material because I showed a poster for King Kong in it. One poster.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah.
It obviously didn't change your life, so.
Well, I'm just saying, in general. Look, I was putting up pictures. There's a review about the King Kong movie. And I had screenshots.
Can you not have that?
Yes, you can.
Many videos.
No, you totally can. But they got copyrighted in mine. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's not tempt fate. That's all I'm saying.
Fine.
They'll listen to the video like, no, we're totally taking this down. We're taking this down.
You'll definitely see Ravenclaws. You know how I know? Because Luna Lovegood's a fucking Ravenclaw.
What was the show?
Joe was Ravenclaw.
She was...
She was Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure.
I thought her and Cedric are both Hufflepuff.
No, Cedric is definitely Hufflepuff.
No.
I'm more than positive Chow isn't.
I thought that she was.
Because I remember that, I'm just talking about table-wise, because he was sitting here, and then he had looked back, and they were 2 tables away.
They were sitting together.
No, it was when she was with a group of girls, and he kind of smiled, and, like, juice came out of his mouth, and then she, like, was just like, oh, God, I feel bad for him.
I'm talking about the time.
Well, I mean, she's totally wearing blue, so...
Is she?
Well, she's wearing blue. So that automatically...
That
totally puts you in
there you go.
Very much towards... That's another,
I'm not saying I don't like it.
very important
I never
part.
said I didn't like it. I'm saying you could get rid of him and it wouldn't change the story.
That's not true. Where would Cho be?
She'd be in Gryffindor with Harry.
No, it changes. It changes the storyline.
No. It doesn't.
Yes, just by adding Cho, they show him going outside of his own house with another house. If he was just to stay in his own house, he could have been with Jenny the whole fucking time. But no, they added in. Anyway. Yeah, he ended up with Jenny, but he could not have been with Jenny the whole time. Okay, she was a child.
To get slightly off this particular
thing. They were children.
This particular thing, but kind of in the exact same thing, still in Harry Potter.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree that Ron and Hermione should end up together?
Sometimes I don't.
That was cute.
It's just.
I've heard a lot of people very upset. Everyone wants Harry and Hermione to be together.
I do not want Harry and Hermione to be together. I don't necessarily want Harry and Ginny to be together. I wanted Harry and someone else to be together. Someone new. Hopefully. I just didn't
Harry and Luna would have been cute.
Harry and Luna, maybe. Yeah, that wouldn't have sucked. Okay? But I don't... I do like them, but I think that she ended their story. I don't know if I saw them as a forever thing. I did want them to be together at one point, but I don't see him being her lifelong partner. I see her growing up out from school, growing into an adult, growing into a woman, and so I see it from that perspective. She's going to probably be someone very high up in the ministry one day, or and she was, and knowing that one day she's going to be someone just outlandishly phenomenal, because obviously she
can't be a Ron because poor Ron just can't match.
No, I just don't.
Magnificent Hermione.
No, I don't think his maturity level was ever with Hermione.
Well, the only reason why I disagree with that is I think that's why she liked him, is because they balanced each other out. Because even throughout their school years and everything, she was the super smart one, and of course he was the jokester and everything.
And you wanted to say dumb one, but
yeah, no, but
he's not stupid. He's just a dope.
He was the jester. And so I think in the end that helped them out because it helped her branch out of taking life so seriously.
And yes, but at the same time, the thing that the point that JK makes about it is that she wanted people to see that way before she ever got with Ron. Yeah. She was more than just smart, and and she resented that no one wanted to be her friend or see how wonderful she was or how good of a friend she could be above and beyond her smarts. So I feel like with or without Ron, she would have been able to have that, and she would have been able to have a relationship that didn't center around intelligence with someone else. Not saying that's not true, but I still like that her and Ron ended up together, and I'm just saying I do, but I also wouldn't have been mad if she had taken it somewhere else.
Yeah,
I would not have been. Just like Harry and Ginny, I would not have been mad if she had taken that somewhere else. It's not going to hurt my heart. I'm not die hard. I don't ship everyone die hard. Mm. Sometimes I think that if Malfoy had turned around, him and Hermione could have been together. Because he totally saved her life.
But these are all very much one note, and Slytherin's a bad guy, so you can't be with the bad guy.
That's not true. It's just Slytherins, a lot of them are very bad. That doesn't mean that the majority doesn't.
That by the end of the movies, the entire Slytherin group sided with the Voldemort.
It was a good
as a whole. The only one who technically didn't would be Snape.
That's not the only one who technically didn't. There were others. Just go back to that final scene. Just saying.
It's been an interesting day. Now I'm going to have to go binge watch all of them.
I'm just thinking in my mind that if I had to ship one couple in the entire movie that was just the best
out here.
Couple.
I know it's a phrase. I know it's a thing. I'm not hip. What does ship mean?
You relationship them. You ship them.
If you ship two people, it means you see them as a good couple.
Like you're totally down with them.
Like I said, I'm not on the hip and up and up. I have heard it before, and I kind of got what it meant, but I wasn't 100%.
That means you're totally gung ho on their relationship.
You see a relationship between them. Yes. Just shipping them.
Yes, you ship.
So why we have to use the word ship?
Because relationshipping people just sounds weird. Okay, just go ship.
Yeah, I ship them. I ship them.
We're going with it. Let's keep going.
Fandom, as a person who shorts everything, you'd think you'd understand that.
Exactly. I was like, you have time for it. Okay. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like the one couple maybe would have been.
I'd been happy with Harry and Cho. So.
No.
Me personally,
think Harry and Luna would have been cute.
I do. I'm thinking outside of them. I'm thinking like Nymphadora, Remus type. I'm thinking Sirius and someone. I'm thinking Fleur and
Fleur Delacour.
Fleur and Bill. Mm-hmm. Fleur and Bill level. And I think that my favorite couples of that show were like Fleur and Bill and Nymphadora and Remus. And those were probably, and even in the books when I was reading them, those were my absolute. I would never have put Snape with Harry's mom, though. That's 100. Not that I think that, I know he was in love with her, but I would never have been like, that should have been a thing.
Well, that was the whole, I think, even the whole point is that, no, they worked together. He was infatuated with her, but they worked together. But she fell in love with.
But in the end, you kind of, it makes you lean towards, well, he loved her all this time. He would have given her, so much love in their relationship, or it makes you kind of want him to have gotten his time with her, his moment with her. And it never did for me, though. I did not feel that way. I felt sad for him. But
he's a very sad character.
He's a very sad character. I felt sad for him, but I did not feel.
It was a very cool twist that she actually implemented after you going through all these books about Snape technically being the bad guy.
No, I feel like she does in the books. It doesn't really feel that way to me, though. And I even see in the books that it's kind of an obvious. Yeah, of course he loved her mom. It's brought up a handful of times. You're like, yeah, obviously he loved her mom. His mom. He loved his mom, Harry's mom, and always will.
Well, I think
because he never got with
it kind of has to be a bit more obvious with movies where you can hide that stuff in backgrounds and things, and then finally at the end reveal
it. Just wasn't a surprise though.
Books you literally have to write it in.
Like whenever you're watching the show and it gets to the end and he's like, always, you're like, I'm like, oh, that was so sweet, but I was not like, surprise. What? Always? Really? This whole time? No, it was not a surprise. You're like, okay, yeah, duh. That was really sweet of him to say. Harry apparently didn't ever understand that because it's so news to him, but to everyone else, it usually is like, okay, yeah.
Well, it wasn't until, like, I forgot how many, it was, when did he start working with Snape with the whole memory thing?
Oh.
Was it the fifth book?
It was after he gets, because he degree, and then he gets taken, and then he starts to have...
It's because
is it the sixth one?
No, it's the fifth one because he starts seeing into the Order of the Phoenix, like the whole, what's the room with the orbs and stuff?
The prophecy?
Yeah, he sees...
The prophecy room? Oh,
yeah.
God, what is that? It's at the Ministry of Magic, and it's the...
It's been even longer since the books.
But anyways, he starts seeing into that, and then that's when they find out, oh, wait, you're connected to him. We got to stop the connection. So I want to say it was in the fifth one.
Maybe
I
the
feel
lesson
like
started
with the sixth one.
More in... Well, one of them, they're on the run in the first seventh.
Well, it had to have been the sixth one.
Seventh one.
It was the
sixth one
because he tries using the spell against Snape, and Snape's like, I am the Half-Blood Prince. Like, you can't use my own spells against me.
Yeah. So that's definitely...
But I don't think it's till that point that Harry even starts getting clues, because that's when he starts learning that, oh, his dad picked on Snape.
But he knew that before, because he...
Well, Snape, of course, tried to drill it into his head that your father was a bully, your dad was nothing.
But hasn't he seen... I'd have to reread some of the books.
But
too long since I read the books to remember all these things in detail.
But I know that
that's why you think that they could live without two houses.
I know they could. I know they could.
I don't know, but I want to know it wasn't until late that he actually started getting the truth about his dad, the truth about how Snape was being bullied and how close Snape was to his mom, and how his mom was one of the only people to actually, try to be friends with him. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's probably a little bit dawning of understanding, but it didn't really hit him until Snape died.
I agree. I think if they were to add anything to the story, it would be more of some of that background, because I don't feel like there was enough of that. Because to bring that whole turn of events, if he truly loved her, why would he have ever turned on her? Why would he have... What really pushed him over the edge besides her just not choosing him to love instead of choosing his bully to love? Like, there's just... I feel like if they were to do... That could use some more of. Maybe some more Hufflepuff, too. But they definitely... I would not detract from it. And that's what makes it so great, is that they have...
I wouldn't detract from it either. I'm just saying in general...
Exactly, you are...
No, I'm saying that they're not well represented, because my whole first argument was that I wanted more representation from all the houses. I agree. And but because I think they had so little, I think they could have, and it wouldn't have changed anything.
No, that's where you're...
I like the diversity. I want to see more of that.
You wouldn't have any diversity if you take them out.
I think you're missing my whole point.
No. Your point is, you think there should be more. Check. Agreed. Your point is, but if there's not going to be more, remove two of them.
No, I don't want you to. I'm saying, but because of what little role they play, you could have, and it wouldn't have mattered.
No, that's still wrong.
I disagree.
Inaccurate.
I completely disagree. But...
I disagree. There's no reason to disagree. It's just inaccurate. You literally would not have what you have today.
I disagree, but it's all right.
So what you're saying is you'd rather be a Gryffindor or a Slytherin. I'd rather be a Ravenclaw.
I think you missed my whole point here. It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. You keep saying what you're saying.
I think that you do, because I don't agree with your point. You're saying I miss it, but I'm not missing it. I just don't agree with it.
You just said I wanted to be a Gryffindor, which is wrong.
If you only have two houses,
I don't want only two houses. Like I said.
Okay. So... Literally.
I said you could, and it wouldn't make a difference to the story. I didn't say that's what I wanted.
Okay, look.
There's a difference.
Oh.
There's a difference.
Oh.
I'm stating that something could happen. I want more representation from all the houses, so everyone's more equally represented in the books. So we got a lot of backstory and a lot more history upon all these houses.
Agreed.
But I'm also saying because I feel they were so underrepresented, you could have taken them out and it wouldn't have changed anything. But I like them being there.
And I still don't agree with you, but I do see your point. But I still don't agree with you.
Well, different agreements. Different whatever.
So, have you ever read the Dark Tower series? Stephen King.
No.
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 Really good.
Yes.
Really good.
I've heard of them, but I have not read them. But I've literally only heard of them by The Dark Towers, Stephen King, the title. I don't know what they're about.
Oh.
I have no idea. I don't
Never
read
see the movie.
Stephen King novels, really.
Or should I say never see the movie and try to base the books off of it ever.
Just don't watch the movie.
Yeah, just don't watch the movie.
Terrible movie that came out.
That's fair.
But we are currently going through the books in what would you call it? A book club type way. We're reading chapter by chapter, and we're filming a video that comes out every Monday about the book.
Who's in your book club?
Right here.
Yeah.
And anyone else who wants to participate through the
We do have one person. He's my friend from Wisconsin.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
He listens to it while he's doing his truck
If you guys
driving.
start another book, it will be involved.
I'm just saying, in general, we're doing the Dark Tower because Dark Tower is a phenomenal series.
How about I'll tell you a book that we can start. You shouldn't get copyrighted if I do this.
No.
But.
Literally, with the Dark Tower, if that was going to get us copyrighted, our Dark Tower series would be gone. We literally read excerpts.
We do. We read this and everything else.
But
It's
Yeah,
an
that's
hour and a half video of us going through the chapter
Can you
and
do
talking about it.
Can you read on here like that? Can you read to people like that? Is that a thing? Are you allowed to do that?
There are other videos of people because I've listened to people doing their own little audiobooks of things.
Oh.
Now, is it
Personal
legal? I don't
copy.
know, but it's up there.
we're
We're not reading enough for that to
the
happen.
whole book, yeah.
No.
But no, the Dark Tower series is pretty much how we started officially talking. Is because we found out that we had both read the series and.
So your next book can be Brunner and Sutter's Textbook of Medical Surgical Nursing.
How about no?
It's never happening.
No?
Never not one.
No.
Chapter by chapter?
Never one.
It would.
Now
You would
you,
find some really interesting things in there,
And now-
and I could totally book club that. Okay.
I could totally just lend you the first book and you could just read it.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't have. If I have time to read, it's going to be for Brunner and Sutter's Textbook of Medical Surgical Nursing.
It's so
Okay.
it's such a memorable name.
Yeah.
that you,
Okay. If you want to pick up a good one,
Who is that one by? No.
Brunner and Sutter. Publisher is Walter Kluwer, I think. Could it be wrong? Nope. I was on it. Walter Kluwer. So, I mean, yeah.
Dark Tower, really good. Really good. It's being... Who did I say was doing it? Because they're doing a TV series.
You know what I do want
I
to
think
watch?
Amazon, yeah.
Amazon
Not
was
watch,
the last
but
one.
read. I want to read all of the Lord of the Rings books and the Hobbits.
I do not want to
I
ever
just
think
want
about
to.
it. I've heard
It's
too
a
many
lot.
things about the Lord of the Rings books and
Why?
how they're written, and they're much more like
They're
reading,
so lengthy.
and that they're like reading a history book.
They're so lengthy.
And I'm like, nope, I'll be all right.
But I hear they're really good. But they're very detailed and very lengthy.
Robert
and very
really
historical.
likes to read, and he's tried, and he can't read them.
It's so long.
He really likes to read.
And I really love.
And he's
reading
been reading
too.
like all the who does Anne Rice Vampire series books.
Oh,
yeah.
those were really good.
Yeah, he's been reading all those. He's reading the Game of Thrones books. And
I also wanted to read the Game of Thrones, but I have not. But I do really want to read those just because it's such a world. Like the universe that they build in them is supposed to be so good because of how much is put into them.
it's too much for me.
But it is
much.
very. I've tried a couple of times.
I can't imagine
Just
what
want
we'll move to next.
Maybe if it's book club, maybe I'll.
Gotta be,
stick
I would
with it.
almost say Harry Potter just because we both very much like
could.
Harry.
Okay,
really could.
if you do book club and it's Harry Potter, I want you to each chapter that you do it be like, could I have lived without Hufflepuff on this chapter? Okay.
Well, wait at the end of each chapter. Hufflepuff, you get a big solid 0. Ravenclaw, 2.5. Sorry.
I'm just want to know.
There was a brief
While
mention.
you're going
There was a
through-
brief mention of one walking by. It counts.
This is going to be worse. I feel like we're going to get into the books. We're going to realize that Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw is even less represented than we thought. Because we're going to only be reading. We're not going to see them in the background because we're not seeing anything. So we're only going to hear about them when they're very, very specifically mentioned in the book.
I would laugh so hard if we find out that there's more representation than we
That's what I'm saying. Or you get in the book and you just realize that you skimmed like a motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Okay? You skimmed.
I'm not a skimmer. I can't do skimming.
And you bypass just all mentioning of any Hufflepuff or...
In 4
how many
years,
characters?
Once we get through this.
I feel like there's an equivalent amount of characters. So you feel like the houses... Let's just say the houses are underrepresented, okay? Let's just say they are.
We know they are.
How did we get back to this?
Let's just say they are.
We know they are.
Point being is how many... But what about the amount of characters that you have per house? I still feel like you have a good amount of characters that don't just come from Gryffindor.
Well, he says that you can still put them all at the same table.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, when you're going through the book and you pick out a character like Cho... Yeah. Not Gryffindor or Slytherin. Luna, Lovegood, not Gryffindor or Slytherin. People who were in the backgrounds, like fucking, I don't know. I don't remember what house Hagrid was. Was he Gryffindor? Was he Slytherin? Was he? I don't remember.
Hagrid? I don't remember what. I thought he was a Hufflepuff. He has to be a Hufflepuff because they're the the creatures.
He does seem like a Hufflepuff.
They're the care creatures.
The caregivers.
Yeah. So he had to have been.
Poor Hagrid had the most raw deal of everybody.
Newt was a Hufflepuff.
See? And that's my point. Like, there's so many characters.
We named 4. So many.
Okay, that's just 4, though. That's just 4 off the top of my head that were not in Gryffindor or Slytherin. And they have other characters that were not in Gryffindor or Slytherin.
My point is you could shove them into Gryffindor.
Just
like, oh, they're all Harry's friends and stuff in the same house.
And it would make it less
They're
interesting.
Instructors.
I don't disagree.
Trelawney, Professor Flitwick, all of them.
They can still only be from the 2 houses.
It's not what boring. I'm saying about the representation.
It would be boring.
I'm not on that anymore. I moved forward.
Well,
I just disagree with you.
Came from that. They very rarely talk about that.
I think you would be surprised once you start reading the books how much equal representation of characters, maybe not the houses, there are though, because all of those other characters that they do mention throughout the book are not in just Gryffindor or Slytherin.
I don't disagree with that. We still hear very little about them. They have very little representation as a whole.
Who was Dumbledore? Was he a Gryffindor?
Did they ever see you Gryffindor?
Actually.
Oh, okay, let's Google that.
That is I
feel like he should be a Gryffindor.
In the Fantastic Beasts, you'd think they would have mentioned
it. No, I really feel like it's been mentioned before, but I don't remember.
I'm sure it was somehow mentioned at some... It had to be. It'd be insane.
He had the sword of Gryffindor, so I feel like he was a...
I don't know.
There's that too. He did have the sword of Gryffindor. He has to be Gryffindor.
No, the sword of Gryffindor appears.
Yeah, it chooses.
But still strangely came from him in the hat. It's I'd be surprised if he wasn't Gryffindor.
Right now it just popped up as Gryffindor.
Ah, okay.
So Albus became a transfiguration teacher and head of Gryffindor House. He was a prefect and head boy. And he was half-blood.
Yeah, he was Gryffindor. That makes sense. I fully expected him to be Gryffindor.
There we go.
It would actually be insanely surprising if there was anything else.
Dumbledore's history.
Who was the Hufflepuff head? Like, Snape was, of course, Slytherin.
It was Madame Pomfrey.
Yeah, Pomfrey. The plant
there we
lady.
go.
I think, that is it. Who?
Right? Yeah, the plant lady Pomfrey.
Yeah, Madame Pomfrey. Her name is Madame Pomfrey, but I wasn't sure
She's the plant girl.
Was.
No, that was Grub something.
What?
The plant lady.
You mean she was the broom teacher?
Yeah.
Pomfrey was the broom teacher.
Yeah, because
or the first one. I don't know where she was.
I can't remember because the one that was teaching the herbology class, that was Madame it had grub or something. It sounded like a plant or a bug, but no, Madame Pomfrey was.
She was the broom. She was the
flying.
Yes,
the flying instructor.
Oh, I feel like we only ever saw that one time.
Yeah.
No, you saw her throughout the series also. What is wrong? She was literally the referee in the Quidditch games. No. There is something wrong with you.
She wasn't as prominent since the first one, though.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a very long scene that you remember so well.
Because the first one was done so well. The first movie, based off the book, was done insanely well.
The most insanely well character of that entire franchise was McGonagall. I'm sorry, but she was the perfect character for her. When the movies came out, I was about Harry. I was like, he doesn't exactly look like that to me, maybe. But the perfect match was McGonagall. She looked exactly like I thought she was going to look. And the initial Dumbledore was also exactly like I thought he was going to look.
Unfortunately, God rest his soul.
Yes.
He was amazing in the first 2 movies.
Yes.
That was the perfect representation of Dumbledore we could have ever gotten, and then we got a homeless man out of a trash can.
I mean, he was a really close match, but it was...
And then we got a homeless man in a trash bag walking around as Dumbledore. Yeah. It's so sad.
But
it's so sad.
McGonagall really was just dead.
Yeah.
And actually,
nuts.
Snape was pretty...
Oh, yeah.
Snape was exactly pretty much as I imagined him also.
Yeah.
He was actually a little more cleaned up than I imagined him because he was supposed to have greasy hair, and Snape did not always have greasy hair in the show.
Well,
So.
it's a movie. They cleaned him up a little bit.
Yeah,
they also
did
cleaned
clean him
up good old Hermione. She was most represented as Hermione in the first 2. Again, the first 2 was just, to me, represented the books very well. The first 2 movies represented the books very well.
Because literally Hermione...
They were done better. They had more story plots. The characters looked better. And then they got a little bit more mainstream. And I think it kind of helped flesh things out towards the end of the series.
Because Hermione, her hair and stuff were pretty much perfectly described in the first one. Like, uncontrollable, just frizz.
Curls.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
But it's
And that was only ever shown ever in the first 2.
And then, because in the books, for the Yule Ball is when she did
finally,
spells and stuff to make herself actually look really pretty.
Yeah.
And then I think from then on she started kind of using that as
spells.
a daily,
Yeah.
But that's not how it was in the movies.
No.
The first 2 movies, she had frizzy hair. She was this little girl with bigger frizzy
it's
hair.
also,
and then
sadly,
after that, it was gone.
It's also like the first few times that it shows Ron ever showing interest in her is after she cleans up, and that's another reason why I almost don't ship them. It is what it is. All of Ron's interest or growth towards Hermione has been after she's made changes to adjust to him, I feel. And I don't like that. She made changes to adjust to him in friendship level because he did not want to be her friend. He did not like her attitude.
I think that was caused by Harry, because Harry was literally like, you were an asshole, she's crying, and now she's going to be killed by a troll. We need to go save her.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they're all not... I just don't feel like it's... I don't know. Sometimes I feel like she's...
You were too harsh to poor Ron.
Ron was an idiot in the first few minutes.
You were too harsh to Ron. You're being so mean to Ron.
I also think that the Ron, though, was kind of the awkward one. He doesn't really know how to show his feelings. Like, even when he got to the Yule Ball and everything, he expressed his feelings for her by literally just making fun of her.
By
and
being
saying,
an asshole.
Yeah, being an asshole about Crumb and stuff like that, because he
His initial reaction to all things is to immediately be an asshole. So who wants to... Okay, I can't even say anything because I married an asshole.
Well,
so I really don't know how I can say anything. I was like, who the hell just wants to be with an asshole? But says every woman who's ever dated, married, etc.
Yeah.
And I love my asshole, but he's mine. But yeah, I guess that's a good point. But
it's just from the beginning, he's just that. He's the awkward, not shy in the least, but he's just the awkward. He doesn't know how to express himself, stumbling over himself. And then when he finally realizes, okay, I do like this chick. She's trying to be with someone else, and I don't know how to do that. So I was.
You're ugly. I hated you all.
Because he went straight from, oh my goodness, Crumb is the best. I love Crumb, to he just wants to be with you and he just wants to touch you and do bad things and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Really, Ron?
Which shows how much he
idol?
actually liked Hermione.
Yes.
His idol went to nothing once his idol was dating Hermione.
Yeah.
Crumb.
Yes.
Crumb.
Which he did not even express any feelings towards Hermione until Hermione cleaned up. The end. He did not even realize that he had those feelings for Hermione until she walked down the stairs at the Yule Ball.
And looked like a female. I haven't ever been. He did not show interest in the guy. I'm so sorry for you, Ron.
It did not look like okay, she always looked like a female. And it looked like the standard of beauty that is represented by male attraction in that movie. Okay, because she's always looked like a female. She just looked like a female who did not understand how to tame her hair. Okay? She just had, you know, and we've all been there. I
can't say anything. I have to have my hair in braids, otherwise my life ends. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. My hair looks like a floppy, fluffy, frizzy mess.
And my hair's trying to go bye-bye, so.
I mean, and that's, so, I mean, it's just, like, in the books, whenever she's upset, and he doesn't even understand why, because he shows no interest to her like that.
Well, we can't say that,
though.
though.
Like 11 at that point.
What is it, just internal in the entire books, too? It's internal in the movies and the books?
We can't really say that, though, because even in the third one, with everything was going on, she was leaning more towards Ron when stuff happened.
She was. What was Ron doing? He was blind.
So mean to Ron.
I'm not.
I feel so bad for Ron.
It's not, but now that you bring it up and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, Ron actually never really showed.
No, because in the third, sorry, that was a whole circle. In the third one, when he gets his leg and stuff broken by Sirius. No.
Sirius.
Because he's like,
Sirius.
she's like, oh, are you okay? And he's like, I think it might be broken. He pulled a Draco, like when Draco got his arm hurt by the hippogriff and was like, oh, I think they might have to chop it off. He did the same thing to her with his leg.
Did he?
Yeah, I think I might lose it and stuff like that. Like he said, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
he when they were by the tree and everything like that, she's like, oh no, like she said something like it looks bad or like, are you gonna be okay? And he's like, yeah. He said something cheesy like that.
But that's because he likes attention, not because he likes her.
Ron
likes attention. He likes any attention he can get.
I disagree with
because he is he's the youngest boy out of the whole thing and feels overlooked. That's part of his character, and I don't think that it has to do with him liking her.
I disagree.
It has to do with any
the
attention
whole book
that Ron gets.
Shows
he
differently
loves
because they end up together. So
the whole
it shows differently.
The whole book.
J.K. Rowling disagrees with you.
Yeah, then she probably didn't even figure out that maybe she was going to ship them until like the fourth book because that was an afterthought.
I'll have to reread them.
I'm going to reread them, but I really do not think that there is anything from his side towards Hermione until later in the books. Like, it's just a second thing to him. I don't think that he realizes it.
You also understand that not until later in the books do they actually become like teenagers.
They were 11 and 12 years old in the first two books.
I know.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I had a boyfriend at 11 and 12, and I started dating your brother when I was 13.
Well,
so
that doesn't mean everyone does that.
That is crazy.
She's
you literally do not get an opinion because you did not go to public school.
No. She did.
There were.
What grade were you in?
When what?
When you were 11 and 12.
What
grade are you in?
That's a weird question. What?
I don't know.
You were in 5th and 6th grade usually. It's like 5th, 6th grade.
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, 6th graders have boyfriends.
It depends what.
No.
Depends who you were. Depends who you were.
But they do.
Yeah, some of them, yes.
But they
and
do.
Most of them
that's
are
when
in the
relationships do start. And that's
so.
why in the first movie, it didn't focus on any of that, which makes perfect sense. He was still an asshole to her. And did he become friends? More like Harry did.
I personally don't think at 12 years old that's what we should be focusing
but
on. Love story at 12.
I
don't
agree.
think that's how we should be working it.
I agree.
I don't think J.K. Rowling wrote these books for kids saying, you know what we need? We need 12-year-olds going and get it on. Yeah. I don't think
First
that's
of
what
all,
I don't
no one is going there but you.
I'm just saying.
No one is going there but you. The books
don't
even
know why.
go there ever.
I don't know why.
Why?
Well, there's a huge thing in one of them. I don't remember which one.
What?
Which one
snogging.
Was it? The snogging. All the snogging. There was massive amounts of snogging.
Okay, snogging is it. There's no one going anywhere with anything.
I just say that wasn't the point of the books, especially
that
in the first several. In the first several.
Because that is a huge point of a lot of the books.
Not in the first several.
Not the early ones.
Not in the early ones.
And maybe
not when they were 12
and 13. I'm just saying.
But when did the snogging come up? Because that was when they actually started moving in that direction.
That was in that movie.
Probably the fourth one.
It was in the movie. He was snogging Lavender.
Which one?
Wasn't it Lavender?
It was the fourth one?
Yes.
Which one?
Fourth. It was
no, I mean, who's what do you mean by Lavender?
No, the Yule Ball was in the fifth one. Which was the Goblet of...
The Yule Ball was in the fourth one because it was part of the Goblet of Fire.
That's the fourth one, right?
Yeah. That's
They were 14 at that point, and that's when we started getting more into the relationship type stuff. Not in the first couple.
And the only girls they met in the fourth one were the twins.
What do you mean the only ones they met?
Not like the only ones that they even had like dating, not dating.
So the twins.
Yes, but
there were other girls, Floor. There were other girls.
No, I'm just talking about as far as Harry and Ron, the only ones they got close to really because, well, I mean,
Harry
Harry
did the first. It was the first
twins.
book that she took towards a romantic view.
Yes.
Because it was the first book where it's all about how they're noticing girls now.
Yes.
Okay, it's at 14 in those books, and I do understand
and that's exactly
that.
when he recognizes Hermione.
But that is not. But that's not the first time Hermione recognizes him.
Well,
just because Hermione's more friendly doesn't mean anything.
Also, we'll just go to the... We'll go whatever. The whole that's actually more common for girls anyways. For girls to start noticing guys. Or to start showing their feelings towards guys compared to guys.
Maturity-wise, girls are
going to notice women anyways. Okay, that's just going to happen. But as far as girls actually reaching out and showing their affections toward guys, then...
I don't know. Maybe I just don't ship them anymore.
You know you've been beat.
There's nothing to be beat about. This is a conversation.
You lost this battle?
No, because I still don't think that Ron is good for her. I don't think he gave her any.
Well, the whole real question was Ron and her, but also a lot of people think Hermione and Harry should have been together.
Don't see that. They are just... I do see only...
They were also as friends.
Yes.
They were great as friends.
They do seem like actual best friends.
And I think the movies did an even better job portraying them as friends, really good, close friends, than the books did.
Yes.
Especially the last one.
Yes. I really liked it. I especially like, of course, when
and
they're
the woods and traveling and the dance.
Everything like that. Like,
the dance was amazing, but it was very, very much a friendship thing.
Yeah. She is upset because Ron has left. He is upset because not only has Ron left, but of course both of them are worried about their families and stuff like. Well,
that is my.
Ron's wearing the necklace of doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Harry's like, "How can I make her feel better?" And so he's like,
"It isn't."
That was a really sweet.
But it was not. Yeah, it was a purely platonic dancing.
And it was a very cool way of portraying that, even more so.
I don't know. When I think about it now, that's my point, is when I think about it now, maybe I don't ship them as much as I used to. Maybe when I think about it now, as a 27-year-old woman, and I look back on the books, as much as I liked Ron and Hermione together, and I was like, gung-ho for their relationship, maybe now I don't. And
I still think Harry and Luna would have been good.
And when I think about that,
he
was always kind to her. Anytime anyone was rude to her or made comments about her being weird, he was always stuck up for her, was kind to her. Yeah. Like I still except for like once, I think one time I was like, damn, he could have been kinder. But she's everybody treats her like that.
Well, she's looked at as the weirdo of everyone.
I mean, which is nothing wrong with that. So.
Well, she's extraordinarily strange.
But her and Neville was a cute combination.
But she was not wrong. The things that she talked about do exist. Okay?
Oh, let's not get on things that do and do not exist.
Oh, God.
Okay, they exist in that world.
So,
for a world made of magic, anybody who was always doubting what she said is just beyond me. Yeah. You're like, you literally don't believe this could exist? Magic fucking exists in your world, okay? You got fucking hippogriffs, but you don't believe in some nargles, alright? It's just... You got plants that bite you.
Yeah.
All right? But you gonna not believe in nargles.
You have a willow tree that beats the shit out of you.
The whomping willow, but you don't believe in nargles. So
of course,
this is just...
That world also didn't make like 1,000,000% sense, only with the fact of there's no way in a world that was such richness with magic that everyone didn't know about it. There's no way for them to hide it that well.
What?
There are
plants so rich in magic, it could exactly hide it that well.
With plants that can attack you and trees that move. And
no one's going over there to get hit by trees that are regular humans walking around. You think they're just going to make it? No, you have to go by train and boat to get to Hogwarts.
I'm not... There are other magical things in the world. It's amazing that humans didn't come across.
It's very self-contained. You literally you're not getting there through the...
even when you looked at it from above, like even the forests and stuff that was connected to everything.
But there were magical things throughout the world.
It's throughout the world.
There's too much magic. There's too much magic.
No.
For it to be so contained that people did not know about it.
No. That's what the Ministry of Magic was for.
And I don't think they could have hidden it that well. For how much there was. I completely disagree.
With how old it was.
They did say about times that they had harder times hiding it. Like whenever Voldemort came through the first time. And he was killing all the Muggles. And that was a huge issue with them because they were almost exposed.
In the Fantastic Beasts movie, like they
were so insanely good about hiding and erasing people's memories hundreds and hundreds or thousands at a time, there's no reason they should be scared of letting people know anyway. Because they were clearly 10 times more powerful than any of the humans could have ever dealt with.
But the point is to live in harmony, not to terrorize and cause chaos.
And a way to live in harmony is for everyone to know what's going on.
No.
Not always.
No.
And plus, they already
live harmoniously right now,
hate groups.
They were by far superior to anybody, as they show by erasing hundreds and thousands of people's memories, and staying secret, and casting shields.
Those are just hundreds and thousands. There are billions.
Not only that, but that was the problem, though, too, is because you had an entire class of magical people that thought they were better than everyone else and wanted to just conquer everybody. Or
and you saw how it went.
And so it's like, to keep that in check, it'd be easier to just keep it over here.
I don't think it would have worked. Not in a real actual setting. If magic of that scale existed,
what if it exists right now?
It doesn't.
Well, how do you know?
I guarantee
verify it.
I guarantee
verify it. Prove it.
Prove that it does.
Oh, I can't because I don't know about it. Because I don't know.
Our memories are being erased, okay?
Maybe I've seen something magical.
After this
and I wouldn't know because somebody
after this conversation.
I would love more than anything the point if it existed, but it definitely
you don't get to because you're a fucking muggle.
Like all of us.
Okay? All of the ones who are muggles, yes, because to the muggles in that universe, they're just muggles. There's no other option. Besides, vampires and witches that aren't real and things like that.
And witches.
Like vampires, witches, werewolves,
all
of those that don't really exist, but fairies, males.
Witches.
Witches, wizards, all of them. Wizards are men, witches are women.
I know, they don't exist.
Well, no, it would be witches and warlocks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Or
wizards was just in general.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, I was wrong. So, warlocks, witches, wizards in general, the point being...
It's all fake.
There's
no magic.
No, right.
Period.
Okay.
I believe in
and I'm in Ravenclaw, so...
I think that's the second time that I've brought that song up on our podcast. If not the third.
I don't know what song you're referring to.
I was like, do you believe in magic? Yeah. But I forgot what we were talking about the first time I brought it up.
No,
I don't know. We've spontaneously broken into song multiple times on the show, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in life.
I would really like to have magic. I want my letter. That'd be fun.
Nothing would give me more pleasure in life than that to exist in any manner that I could be a part of it.
My owl got lost. That's it.
That's the only thing. Those dumb owls.
I got what was the owl's name?
What was it? Do I own an owl or do I own? I don't know.
The Weasley's owl that was just bad.
Very cool and rare.
Wand?
No.
I mean, you're flicking motion like a wand.
Why am I? Yeah, because it's a spell that you use to make it appear. Why is it escape? This happens to me all the time, and any other time that I'd be talking about this.
Accio
is light.
No.
Bring it to me.
Patronus?
Accio.
My Patronus.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
I had to figure out what you were talking about first.
Oh, that's why
this Accio means bring it to me.
Yeah.
But it's the Patronus because you.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole point being is I have a very rare and very cool Patronus.
What was it?
I don't remember what mine was.
You said it was very cool and very rare. What is it then?
Because when I got it, they were like, "Oh, you have a very cool and rare," and I was like, and it was really pretty. It's like a flying. It's like Hercules' horse, a Pegasus. It's like a Pegasus. It's really cool.
I think mine was generic.
I got a dolphin.
Okay.
You got a dumb dolphin.
I can't even.
You got a dolphin? Somehow that suits you.
I got a dolphin.
Somehow,
huh?
Because it's just different. It suits you.
Oh.
No. I don't remember what I got. It was a long time ago, and I haven't been back on the site since. So.
Yeah, it was like a Pegasus, but it called it something else, and it was like, oh, you have a very rare and unbeknownst to me is probably the fact that people probably also have that one. Very rare and cool.
Everyone feels special when you tell them.
Yes.
Exactly. Unfortunately,
pretend that it's still very.
J.K. Rowling did a really poor job of making the American houses very interesting. Does anyone remember the American houses?
I can't even remember the school. What is it?
One's the Thunderbird.
I'm trying to remember the name of the school. It's like Livermore.
Something.
Livermore or Livermore. Ivamori. I don't know. I can't remember the name of that.
Because we don't have any books or movies that go there, and her new Fantastic Beast that actually went to America didn't actually do really anything with the school itself.
No, I remember Newt and the sister talking about this because he said Huffle the greatest school ever, and she's like, no, it's the American school, and I
have not seen that new one.
No, this is the first one.
This was the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
Because the new one's not out, right? Or is it out?
The second one's been out.
It's been out? Yeah.
We're going to get a third one, probably.
Okay, good, because I haven't seen it. I haven't had time to see it. Ever since I started, I haven't had time to see it.
I like it more than the first one, but... They've, unfortunately, instead of being really good books, they made really good movies based off those books. These are made to be movies, which means they're a lot more like an action movie, which makes them not as good. They don't slow down. They don't actually let anything... The best part of the new one, by far the best part, is you actually get like a little scene with Hogwarts. And that was magical to itself. But
seeing young Hogwarts was nice.
Yes.
Wouldn't Hogwarts look the same?
Well, it's just it feels different. Like it feels younger.
When you see young Dumbledore teaching class,
because it predates the Hogwarts we know. It hasn't.
It predates evil. It predates all the bad things that happen.
It was cool to go to Hogwarts again. Yeah. Really,
it can't be It can't predate that much because Salazar Slytherin had his own issues at the.
These movies take place like 100 years before.
This is young Dumbledore and.
And then this flashback
the people who
takes place further back.
Yeah.
The heads of all the. Okay, right. But.
Fantastic Beasts takes place like 100 years before the Harry Potter series.
But Hogwarts exists at this point already, so that means that the issues that happened with Salazar Slytherin and why he felt the way he did, why he created the Chamber of Secrets.
This was way before then.
Yeah, this was way before then. I mean, this isn't way before then.
No. When you said Salazar Slytherin, I was thinking Snape for some reason.
All that stuff predates this movie, yes, of course. But that's not the point.
That's what I'm saying. Is it can't predate.
I'm not saying it does.
Evil, and that's.
We're just saying. We were just saying it was nice to see Hogwarts. I don't know.
I know, but I was like, you said a younger Hogwarts, and I was like, well, and I was like, maybe because it predates all the bad things that happened with like Voldemort, and then I was like, well, it can't be that because
it predates.
It predates Voldemort.
It predates Voldemort, but it can't be that it predates all the bad things that happened because
Salazar Slytherin. Yeah, they created the school,
and bad things happened after them creating it.
But that was the creation. This is still young Hogwarts. This is 100.
It's called Ilvermorny.
Ilvermorny, yeah.
And the schools are the Horned Serpent, which is Ravenclaw. Puckwudgie is Hufflepuff. Thunderbird is Slytherin, and Wampus is Gryffindor. What the fuck is going on?
This was in the first?
No, these are the house.
These are the American houses for the American school.
Ilvermorny is the American version of Hogwarts. So like people.
That was awful of them to do because that sounds awful. They just like making shitty American.
She did this. No, she did this.
Well, that was
all from her.
How rude.
But yes, the Horned Serpent is what you guys would be in.
Is Ravenclaw?
Yes.
That sounds like Slytherin. Why would you not make the Horned Serpent literally with the serpent?
It's okay. I feel bad for Hufflepuff. Puckwudgie.
Puckwudgie?
Yeah. Puckwudgie is Hufflepuff. Okay. Thunderbird is Slytherin.
It's the only cool sounding one.
Which they mixed. They moved the serpent to Ravenclaw and moved the bird to Slytherin.
Thunderbird should be Ravenclaw.
And Wampus is Gryffindor.
I don't even.
Yeah. So those are the American houses.
Okay, but so my thing is, I don't know.
We didn't need an American school with these American houses.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially since she doesn't really plan on using it anyway. I mean, it gets briefly, slightly brought up in the movie, but
I think she did it.
I'm sure to appeal to an American audience.
No, as a way of making fun of Americans. No. Because there's no way she meant that seriously.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. But she did say, J.K. Rowling says there is no equivalence between the two schools. Meaning that the whole horned serpent equals Ravenclaw thing is just people's guesses.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, it's J.K. Rowling saying that it says there's no, you can't compare the two of them. You could end up.
I guarantee you, if we had a movie, there would be 100% comparison.
Because
or a book at that point.
The reason why she said this is because when you take the test, you could be a Ravenclaw and end up in the equivalent of a Slytherin or a Gryffindor or whatever. It's not going to be the same for both the American and the. That she said there's no comparison between the two. You could end up in two different houses.
Forever a Ravenclaw. Not a Thunderbird or...
Yours is a horned serpent. I forgot what I got into because I took both of them.
The thing is, they all have definitions and descriptions underneath. All you got to do is compare. It's not...
Well, that's why people were guessing and stuff.
And no matter what she says, Come on.
The horned serpent. Who?
For
someone who is such a great writer of the Harry Potter books, wow.
The horned serpent isn't as bad as Puckwudgie, okay?
No, it's not. Definitely not.
I don't even remember Gryffindor still. What
Gryffindor is Wampus. Which isn't as bad as Puckwudgie.
But it's the second worst.
Yes. It is the second worst.
Horned serpent isn't horrible. It's actually not even that bad.
But it's not better than
Thunderbird. Thunderbird, on the other hand...
Which is a car.
It is also a car. Yes.
Which is... What else is Thunderbird?
A lot.
There's a lot of Thunderbird stuff.
Now, you know what would have made Fantastic Beasts really cool?
Is if they had never done that American part?
No, if Fantastic Beasts would have been about Fantastic Beast. And not the, 4 other side plots that we went through in that movie. And then had a smoke monster at the end.
I don't care. I love Newt. Newt's adorable.
You like the actor.
Yes. But I like the character and the actor. The actor is cool, but as that character, he just fits.
You like the actor.
Yes.
I don't even
know if I've seen him anything else besides this, okay? So
because you haven't watched Justice League and seen him awesomely portray the Flash.
What? That's Ezra Miller.
S. Miller. I got people confused.
I was like, no, I love Ezra Miller. Thank you very much. But that was from Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yes. No, Newt's cool. I like Newt. I think Newt's a cool character.
He says it's not memorable.
What?
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Since I don't remember and I did watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not memorable.
I thought it was an amazing movie.
Most people disagree with
it. It was such a good...
They're like, that man was very loud.
That's because you're damn loud.
That man was very loud. This podcast will...
Yeah.
He's aware of how loud he is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ever said that on camera before.
No. I'm very aware.
He's fully aware. You can hear him screaming across the way. He's just talking to somebody and you're just, Stefan, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Stefan's aware of Stefan's loud. Everyone at work is aware of Stefan's loud.
It's fair.
I mean, I can't change that. That's who I am.
I really... can't stop thinking about this Ron and Hermione thing.
On that note, guys.
Well, this definitely has been the superhero Harry Potter.
This is a
cast.
fandom. This was a fandom.
It was a
fandom-driven podcast today.
Check out Legends of Dragoon.
Yes.
If you draw anything from this conversation,
was that really what we need to draw from this conversation?
Yes.
Go play this random PS1 game from 20 years ago.
It will enhance your life.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Will enhance your life.
It takes a while, though, because it is an old RPG.
It's a JPRG. I mean, at those hearts, that's what they are. They're insanely long.
But it was worth it.
Too long for me to worry about or playing at this point because I don't have that much time.
Oh, I don't know. I just really, I liked the story. I liked everything.
And if you could just get a game that was only the story, and you don't have to worry about grinding for 40 hours. Also,
it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. It's not that long. For it. It does not go that long. It is not that long.
As I said, the longest part is that if
most Japanese RPGs are that long.
Was it 40?
No, I'm saying grinding for 40. Most JPRGs are more like 75, 80, 90, 100 hours.
Really that
this is
long?
4 discs long.
This is 4 discs long, okay?
You're going to tell me that this isn't a long game.
It just doesn't, now, though, it doesn't feel that long.
Because it was forever ago.
Man, it was 4 discs long. That is so true.
It was 4 discs long. I think the longest part, though, was you died, and then you're like, okay, apparently I wasn't leveled up enough, and then you run in circles for a while, and then you're like, okay,
because
now it's
leveling.
Yeah. But
because that's what you do.
Man, but I was so Cody, did I really spend that much time playing that game?
They're saying it's about 70 hours.
70? Well, how...
If you only did the story, it's 48 hours. The main story by itself, that's without all the extra bull crap.
Yeah.
It's 48.
But that happens in 4 discs.
Yeah.
And there's a main part at the end of each disc. Yeah. So it's like you are beating a major...
But still, you're still looking at a 50-hour game.
Still, it was worth it.
Really good game.
I don't deny that.
If you can get past...
God of War, I played for 50 hours. The new one. It's great.
It is.
I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm still just saying it's still long.
It is worth it.
If you can get past the bad, horrible graphics, it was a good game.
Well, a lot of games back then had a lot of horrible. Even Final Fantasy VII, which was around the equivalent, the backdrop was rendered and it looked super pretty because it was all just still images that they were able to make look super awesome. But the things that were moving around, these triangles that were fighting, looked pretty rough.
It was cool though because and it disappeared for a while and then came back. At least that I'm speaking from my own personal opinion as far as playing video games, is with Legend of Dragoon, in the fighting there is a certain point where you start to learn skills.
Yeah.
And so when you go to attack, you actually have to hit square at a certain point.
Yes.
Or hit this at a certain point.
Yes.
And for me, like, that was the first time I'd really seen that, and then it disappeared, and now it's popping up more. In games where you go to, something happens in the scene, and you're like, you gotta hit X really fast.
You can't just hit any button and make anything happen.
Yeah. It's like you like have to hit X really fast.
You have to hit a whole sequence of buttons. It has to be triangle, square, triangle, X.
Yeah, and it's like that went away for a while, like at least for me when I was playing games. So the fact that it resurfaced was kind of weird and interesting. Sorry, what?
Nothing.
You were looking at your phone laughing, so...
Nothing at all. Nothing. I have nothing to say.
I feel like it was a thing to say.
Yeah.
Nothing to say.
It was a laughing thing.
I can laugh. I'm allowed to laugh over here.
No,
you're not. Table
no,
about dragons.
So you were laughing about Legends of Dragoon.
Legends of Dragoon.
So you can't remember the name of it.
Because it's a forgettable name.
You're laughing at the covers of the game?
I'm just looking at the game. I was just looking at the game. This had to be way after Final Fantasy 7. This looks these graphics look more like 8. So it probably came out around the same time 8 came out. I think 7 came out like 96 or something.
I don't know. You said it was 2000 when it came out. So.
This one, the Dragoon game. I'm talking about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I was comparing the graphics, looking at it. Oh. It looks more like when Final Fantasy 8 came out.
It was around the time that another Final Fantasy came out, I think. I'm trying to think back to whenever we first got it. Which is so long ago.
I lost my original, which is sad. But then someone had gotten it for me for my birthday.
Anybody who wants to get me Legends of Dragoon?
Just randomly.
It's
Final Fantasy
crazy
7,
though. Like the last time we went, go ahead, sorry.
7 came out in 97.
One of the last times we like looked somewhere to find it, like at a gaming store or whatever. They wanted like, what was it? It was $25 or more for it.
And Final Fantasy 8 came out in 99.
Yeah, I was like, it was very
quick return.
It was right around the time.
Well, that's more than a year apart. That's not right around.
Right, that's like within a year. You're still advertising for Final Fantasy 8.
No, after it already came out, you're not. No, that's not how games generally work. You advertise up to the point it comes out, it sells real big. A year later, they're already well developed with the next one. Especially this only took 2 years to put out after 7. I get. 9 probably came out in 2001, probably, which means
maybe they were advertising for 9.
Maybe.
I was like, they were definitely advertising for 1 while I was playing Legends of Dragoon. I remember it being on the TV. That's the only reason.
Let me just look when 9 came out too, which is go through the whole spectrum here. Why is Sonic pull up? I don't know. That's weird. No, holy mother of God, that's fast to put at 9. No, 9 came out almost the exact same time.
That's what I was like. One of them came out about the same time.
Put out a Final Fantasy a year after the previous one. That's insane.
I was like, I
don't disagree, but yeah, 9 came out like right around.
I only remember
it was. What did I say? June when Lagoon came out. No. Dragoon. Legends Dragoon. I can't say the name. I think I said June. This came out in July, so they came out close.
So disrespectful.
Which also means
put some respect on that name.
That's why. Dragons. Oh God. Legends
Dragon Ball Z
of Dragoon
Lagoons
probably didn't do as well because it did come up next to a Final Fantasy.
Well, that's the reason my mom got it, is because she was going in there, and I remember this because my brother really wanted the next Final Fantasy, but she had already bought him a Final Fantasy. I don't know.
That had been a year before because
but recently she had bought him one recently. She had waited. She didn't buy it when it came out.
Disappointed.
Yeah, so she had recently bought him one, and then Legends of Dragoon came out, and she said, "Well, this is similar, but we've already played Final Fantasy. Let's play this one instead." And it was really good.
I'm dying.
Of the Lagoon and the Dragon Ball Z.
His Dragon Ball Lagoon.
It's hard. That's a hard name to say. Okay, it's just real complicated. It's very forgettable.
That's not very forgettable.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die.
But I do see that you have consoles worthy of being able to play them. Is that what I think it is?
I have plenty of consoles. I own quite a few consoles.
I feel like we should play though.
Play what? What are you referring to?
Okay, how are you still not on the same page as us?
You just keep saying play.
Plenty of consoles. She's saying you are able to play Legend of Dragoon.
Is that what she's saying?
And that we should play. How are you not on that same page?
I was not on that page. I don't know where that page came from.
Were you on the page? Lagoon. It was in the Lagoon with the Dragon Balls.
Okay.
What is a Dragoon anyway? I mean, I know what a dragon is, but why would you call it a Dragoon? Why are we calling it Dragoon? Where did Dragoon come from?
Just play the game.
What is a Dragoon?
There's a whole history behind it. Just play the game.
What's a Dragoon? Anyone know? Anyone got some details on me what a Dragoon is?
The game.
See, this is why it's
This is like watch Mother. Okay.
Mother.
Play the game.
Is like an hour and a half experience. Dragoon
is a 48-hour worthwhile experience at a minimum.
It's a
50-hour game.
It's an adventure. It is an adventure.
We're going on an adventure.
Oh, it's a history lesson.
Yes.
It's very wonderful. There is a lot of their history in it too, by the way.
It's good.
It's good. He's good.
I hadn't played
He's
JPRG
really
in a long time. JP.
It is so good.
It's about a long
I'm
time.
kind of sad that you didn't bring it.
I didn't know.
I didn't know
I didn't know this was going to pop up on you.
You should always carry it on you. If
always.
I owned it, I wonder if I would just bring it with me.
But I'd be worried I'd break it or lose it, because that would be the saddest thing in the world.
Just send me home with your little console over there. I see it.
Yeah,
And let me play it.
Do you own it? Still?
I feel like it's somewhere, probably in my mom's discs. I'm not kidding. It might be somewhere in my mom's discs.
I have it, and I think I have the guide.
I don't have the guide. I think I think there's a couple discs in my mom's old CD folder. Okay?
So you'll be able to play part of the game.
What matters is
there's going to be this little scratch somewhere on that CD, and it's going to
You'll be able to play the first disc, and then it'll ask for the second one, and you'll only have the third.
Man, that was such a good game. I mean, I don't even have to own it. I can literally go online and buy it. Let's see how much it's running for. eBay?
As I said, it was the last time we checked, somewhere it was pretty high up there because of how old it was. But
I'm sure.
Ooh, I just got chills. They're multiplying.
Are they? Are they
Are
really?
you losing control?
Yes.
You better shape up there,
Better shape up.
Because he needs a man.
I definitely need a man.
He obviously needs Jason Momoa.
Can it be Momoa?
Let's see. If I want to purchase this, how do I... Come on.
Of course, it also doesn't help that as a child, I didn't even start playing RPGs till 2001. So.
And it came out a year before you started.
I know. But as we talked about my shelteredness of child, this did not happen.
It's kind of true. He's very sheltered. His parents didn't approve of it. It wasn't happening. But I would say that about most children, so...
Yeah, well, it didn't help. The lack of social interaction with other children who could have possibly ever talked about anything.
This is why you hate kids.
Probably.
You just didn't know kids.
Probably stems from the fact that he was never forced to socialize. When you get sent to public school, you socialize whether you want to or not.
Oh yeah.
People talk to you, and you're like, didn't want this. Here we are.
I deal with that on a daily basis at this point.
Didn't want this. Here we are. Yeah.
You don't have an answer for me.
For some reason, I am getting absolutely no signal in this room. I don't know how it's working for you guys, but
mine is probably 10 times worse. So
I've been searching all kinds of stuff. I mean, I found release dates and everything else over here. I mean,
I wonder, are you connected to your Wi-Fi?
I totally am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but even if I haven't been, I mean,
mine always works fine in the house. Legends of Dragoon Purchase.
I'm concerned. The second one that came up was Legend of Dragoon Remake.
What?
I don't want to know.
Remake 2018.
What?
That is a word. That is something they're using here.
Apparently it didn't happen because that year's coming down already.
Yeah.
But did it happen though?
I can imagine a remastering. I don't imagine a remake though.
If there was a remake, I want to be involved.
I don't know. I mean,
it's
something that
PS4?
It gets brought up, but it's not looking like something that maybe actually happened. So.
It's $20 on eBay used. Otherwise, $30.
New? That's not bad.
No, just
for 4 discs?
Still used. Still used. Someone wanted $30 for it.
I was like, somebody kept a new freaking just in the package. I'm never opening this.
All the games to possibly ever do that with.
You said otherwise it's 30. I was like, otherwise what? Otherwise it's not used? That would be incredible. If there was like a mint condition, just fresh out, and not even the plastic off, because you know how they used to put those little plastic things on there. Oh my gosh, those were the most annoying.
Like CDs, how they're like wrapped in yellow.
Yes. And it would stick to it, and then you'd be like,
just not understanding. People don't do physical music anymore. It's all digital.
Well, they don't still sell it with packaging on games?
Games still come with plastic. You bought games. But it's
not
the same.
I don't remember.
It's not the same.
I bought my games off of PlayStation Network and downloaded them.
Because everything is digital now.
Yeah, I mean, I do digital, so...
Physical is still a thing, but until the online infrastructure gets better, somewhat better, we're still going to be reliant.
As a matter of fact, we wouldn't... If Cameron hadn't have gotten me it as a Christmas present, it would have been digital, and that like we had Sandy download it digital. She played a couple times, and she actually liked it. I don't know what she was telling me. She probably didn't want to break your heart inside. But she actually liked it. She was.
Yeah, I'm sure for how much she's continued to play with you. I'm sure she liked it a whole lot.
Well, considering that her only free time is spent playing Fortnite with you.
Is it better?
And I mean, it's not like she actually has free time.
Yes, it's better. It's not my fault. It's better.
It's not better.
It's better.
It is not better.
It's totally.
I'm just gonna go live in my cave and I'll be fine.
Be fine.
I'll go
because Fortnite is about as.
See, that's what makes
fun as.
That's what makes me sad though, is because I have the game at home. Don't have a PS1. Have a PS3, but unfortunately they didn't make it backwards compatible like the PS2 was. That's why I loved the PS2.
Me too.
I loved that about the PS2 because you could play 1 and 2, and then 3 came out, and it was
and you're like, why would you backgrade?
Now,
why would you?
If you, the original PS3 was backwards compatible, but it was insanely way too expensive. So in order to make the cheaper price for the console, they took things away to make it cheaper, to make it more accessible to people.
And then they came out with the whole, you can download PS1 and PS2 games and stuff like that.
But not Legend of Dragoon.
And it's like, no.
Oh, no. It's PS1 Classic on PS3.
Brand new is $80.
What? On PS3, you can download.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can?
Yeah.
It's a PS1 Classic on the PlayStation Store on PS3.
Yes.
But not PS4?
No.
Well,
because they're different things. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Brand new is $79.79. So, $80.
You can get it brand new?
Yeah.
$80 still? Yes. After all these years?
Because it's brand new.
I don't give a fuck! The price of Battlefield 5 is about to depreciate too! Let them come out with a new one.
Brand new condition.
That is ridiculous. It's because it's a classic. That's what it is.
Classic.
It's a classic.
The forgettable classic.
It can't be forgettable for you if you never knew about it.
Or you can get disc 4 for $4 with 99-cent shipping.
Disc 4, huh?
It's the ending
Disc
story.
4.
It's the end. It's the ending story.
Disc 4. What are you gonna do with only disc 4?
What
do you even go in and play at
I
that
guess
point?
it's just to replace, I
don't have...
It's also still kind of crazy to think back in the day that games had multiple discs.
Or you could get a $40.
Because that's not a concept
me is that
like
I'm trying to think about how our characters crossed over from each disc.
It was all in the memory card.
What do you mean?
But you build your characters up through each disc.
Mm-hmm. And it's on the memory card. You get saved onto the memory card.
But maybe I'm just not following. I feel like right now I'm looking really dumb. But two, also, for some reason it's not clicking on how my character was still the same character with all of the same upgrades. Was it? Or did we have to start over?
It's all saved.
No,
it's all saved.
When you think about it, okay, so say your little guy or whatever gets saved onto the memory card. And you put the second disc in. That new program is going to read that file and input all that data into its little computer system. How you
okay, and now it's making sense. And I was like, why would it not? I don't know. It was not clicking for a minute there. I looked and felt really dumb.
Completely separate.
Yeah, I was like, why?
But no, think of it as a computer program. It's just inputting all that information into these little blanks and then going, okay, here's where we're starting.
Yeah, because they don't do that anymore. It's not like I can get my Battlefield 5 character from this game into another fucking disc of Battlefield.
If they wanted to do that, they totally could do that, though.
If they wanted to, I guess, but they don't.
No, if they wanted, they could. Because that's not a thing that they couldn't do.
No.
And they choose not to do it. There's a big difference there. The closest thing we ever had to that was Mass Effect. Because Mass Effect took all your saved data from the previous game and imported that into the new game.
Okay.
So your choices mattered, your character mattered, and things mattered more.
That seems
so it is possible.
Was it a good game?
Oh, Mass Effect's one of my favorite game trilogies of all time, period. Hands down.
Interesting. I've never played it.
Insanely good. I wish they would just remaster it and put it on PS4.
Okay, so
because it's not on PS4.
Okay.
Or maybe it is. No, it's not. I can't. It's been a long time since I played it. I think it's on PS3. I think they remade it. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
What we need to do is remake Legends of Dragoon for PS4. Thank you.
It's been a while.
By the time it gets done, PS5 will be out.
But I will still be playing PS4 because can't nobody afford a PS5.
I can't afford it.
It'll be about the same price as PS4 was when it. It's gonna go on my Best Buy credit card, and we'll have that sucker.
If it's backwards compatible, I will save.
I will save for the PS5. If it's not backwards compatible, then there is no point in purchasing it.
There's
not nearly enough games out for it. There's just. I almost didn't even go to the PS4 because you could keep the PS3 for so long. But they've done a lot of differences with the PS4, like their network and everything. I've
played so many more new games.
I don't know.
I just want to play. I just want to
finish The Last of Us and play The Last of Us 2. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all I want to do.
If you'll ever finish The Last of Us.
I'm sorry. What am I doing right now?
Ever finish The Last of Us?
That is true. All of my free time, my phone is getting blown up. Are you coming home?
No. The answer is no.
I don't know.
We kidnapped her. She's here. We're forcing her to make podcasts.
I don't even know if he knows where I am right now. I told him, but he probably does not remember.
I told him, but
I told him like a week ago or over the weekend.
Oh, jeez.
And so he probably doesn't even remember that I'm here.
If he's anything like Stefan, he don't remember.
Exactly. He doesn't remember anything. He has like zero memory.
Stefan won't even remember what we talked about.
I won't.
Tomorrow he will. He'll be like, what was our What's in the Box about?
I think I can remember.
We didn't even do anything from the box.
I know! We're talking about superheroes and Harry Potter!
We talked about
the whole time!
Fandom.
Yeah, but it was our fandom, and that was fine. That's pretty much what What's in the Box turned into originally, is we had the box in case we ran out of things, and we somehow never ran out of things.
Every once in a while we've taken
I feel like there's no way to run out of things talking to Stefan.
Well, that's the thing. If you can able to carry good conversation and move from topic to topic, like good conversation should work. You don't actually need anything else. But if you want to, we have other topics we could just draw them like, hey, let's just do something wild and different and draw something and just go off that.
I feel like that's been fun for this show, but I don't know if I had a channel if I could do that. Only because I'm such an organized person. Like, it has killed me that we have not gone from, like, we have not had an agenda.
The thing is that this is the only show.
Okay.
Only show.
Okay. I was like, oh my god, if your channel is like this, I would be like dying inside.
We have 6 shows. We have one that's based on the Dark Tower series. Comes on Monday.
I'm kind of sad that we didn't do a what if. I'm not gonna lie. Because when you guys were talking about the game, I was like,
oh. Okay, I was like, what if? What's a what if? Yeah.
Isn't that
what
what if?
You were still more than welcome to come back at any point, period, and we could do one.
We've just done one on the special edition that's not been What's in the Box.
Because by the by 3 hours and 30 minutes.
You're not actually going to post all 3 hours, are you?
Yeah.
Then
oh my gosh!
But at 3
Who
hours,
was sitting there for
at
3 hours
and 30 minutes. If we did a would you if right now, no one would know it. No one would remember.
Well, this also goes. This is going out once a month.
Yes.
We changed this. This is the once a month podcast now.
Okay.
That's supposed to be super long form. You can put on the background, and just listen to it if you want to. That's the purpose of this video.
It used
like
to
a talk show.
Yeah. It pretty much used to
It's
be
a podcast,
every Friday,
except
we started thinking, okay, nothing much happens within a week. Like, we go to work, we maybe see a movie, and that's it.
But you guys don't have me in my expertise. I feel like you guys had me on here, and we talked about random things that I do or don't like, or I may or may not agree with.
This show could have been about anything. I asked for your topics. We could have done anything.
He asked for my topics that I saw when I got out of clinicals, and I had not been over on my phone at all. He was like, "Do you have topics?" I was like, "Oh, I just got out of clinicals. Am I supposed to have topics? I'm on my way over."
If there was anything you wanted to talk about, we could have. But we went to movies, and then we went down this rabbit hole.
I didn't have a topic.
Literally, like, a couple of our What's in the Box have been where we started talking about movies, then moved to food, and then maybe moved to something else, and out of the middle of nowhere, we had this giant, huge, just inspirational, encouraging thing probably no one even heard, because it was like, 40 minutes in?
Yeah.
And then we closed it out, because that was pretty much it. So it's like, we just kind of follow it wherever it goes.
That's the show. But let's see, we have one about Dark Tower. Tuesday is about either Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone. We watch those episodes.
I don't do either of those.
Well, I would say, that's what that is. Okay. Wednesday is now called Unlocking the Beyond. It's talking about supernatural, alien. I mean, when did the videos come out?
An episode came out today.
Oh,
an episode came out today.
Okay.
About the Bermuda Triangle.
About the Bermuda Triangle. So we're talking about that.
I like that one.
Thursdays is the Would You If, which asks, would you do something if blank? And then Fridays is our encouragement cast, which is 10 to 15 minutes of trying to be encouraging.
Yeah. It's strange, but he doesn't. He actually is quiet during the time. Yeah.
I make sure I'm quiet. Yes. It can happen. It's a real thing.
Can you wink? Stefan's over here like... It's more of a like Twitch blink.
That's a
than
seizure.
Just you should never blink it. You look like you got some medical diagnoses of your own.
So most of our content has structure and is about very particular things. This one is not.
Yeah, this was supposed to be kind of the blow off steam, talk about what's going on, vent, rant, rave, whatever we wanted to do, just to end out the week. And now instead it's ending out the month.
Oh, okay.
So what it was supposed to be, which this didn't even turn into, is what we did and what we want, kind of summing up the previous month.
Okay.
So it was supposed to kind of be about February. Movies we saw in February, what's been going on since the last What's in the Box, and things that happened, and then whatever other things we want to get into. Just didn't do any of that.
February wasn't memorable anyway.
So it's going to be a 3.5 hour talking about superheroes and Harry Potter, and if Hermione and Ron should have been.
I still
have strong views on this. I'm developing strong views as we go.
And
I'm going to review books.
As far as filming and anything like that, like how you're like, well, it's Wednesday today. We film all of our shows except our Dark Tower one on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we film the Dark Tower one.
And then all that stuff comes out the next week.
Okay.
Each individual day.
So
but if there's ever a day that you want to say, hey, I'd love to come over. I'm only available such and such day.
I don't know if your viewers want me back. I've said some controversial things today, and I apparently like nothing.
I'm sure,
I don't know who I am today. I am not usually this negative.
Sure
got me. I've had no sleep. I've been up since 5-something in the morning, working all day in the hospital. So today is
since 3.
We've been up since 3. But
why were you up since 3?
We work at 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. I was like, why were you?
So, I mean, I've been up longer than you have technically. Now I haven't been in nursing. I've been doing that, but I have been up longer than you have.
Yes.
So.
You know, it's not.
So I'm just saying in general.
I'm just saying, Is this me today? I don't feel like it's fully me. I can't
Either
even
way,
fully
I'm
form
sure there's
opinions
some
today.
people out there who agree with your Hermione, Ron. It's going to be okay.
If you'd like to show
Are there, though? If you do, back me up.
Sure
Let me know if you support Ron and Hermione. Do you ship them? Do you not ship them? This is what I want to know. Why? Why do you not ship them? That's what I really want to know.
But if you want to be on any of the shows at any point, you're only available any such day, we can make that happen.
What if I'm bringing your channel down, man? You just want me on your
There's
show?
no way to do that.
Plus,
There's no way to do that.
restructure everything. You're fine.
Fair enough.
No, trust me. So if you wanted to be on one, like the What'd You If, we generally ask very interesting, different, weird questions on that.
Tuesdays do you film? That's what you
Yes.
do? I don't know. I don't know if I can.
But again, like I just told you,
we
can
can
make any
work
day
around
work.
that, yeah.
Actually, the time that I would be able to do that would be really weird. It would only be within the next 2 weeks because I have Mardi Gras on spring break. And I actually have some free time. That's weird.
Again, anytime you want to show up.
Crazy sauce.
And because we've gone over, Sandy has dance 5 nights a week.
Yes.
You can come over any of those 5 days and we can film something.
She might get upset with me. she might be like, oh, so you can't ever come over, but now that I...
It's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle with Sandy?
It's been a struggle.
We're not going to post this.
She'll never watch this. So.
Okay, God.
We're at 3 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, it's fine.
She's not watching the 3.5-hour podcast.
I don't know. You're in it. She might try.
I want you to... That's true. She loves me. I don't know about you, but she loves me. You're only her husband. Whatever.
Maybe Vicky will watch it. So
you can tell her.
Yeah, exactly. Since you're in it.
Thanks, Mom.
We did have a haircut one.
A haircut one?
Oh. Okay. Do you remember us talking about...
After the recital,
was it
we went to
Marissa
Charlie's
who wanted her haircut? The undercut?
Oh my gosh, you posted a show about that?
I'm trying to know for sure.
It was during our What's in the Box.
Did my mom see that?
No.
It was during one of our What's in the Box. We don't know. It could have been like 45 minutes in. So
I don't remember where
but
it
was just the question of, do you think you should be able to tell your child not to cut their hair, or pretty much like what is your view on people?
So autonomy.
Just letting your kids cut their hair.
Of course, this was completely spawned off the whole conversation with Marissa.
Did you add any personal details to that, or was it completely?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was just one of those like when you come across
there's more details now than there was in the original video.
What was the general census? I want to know.
Amongst what? Me and her?
I guess.
We don't have a big enough audience to care.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
We don't have a big enough audience for anyone to respond about it.
Okay.
So I wish we did, but we don't.
I know.
Well, part of having a big enough
I thought it was interesting.
might conclude with the fact that you make 3.5, 4
well,
hour long.
this is the longest one we've ever done. So.
Yeah, by far.
Oh, wow.
But this one was changing to this style.
Oh, okay.
Most of them are shorter, and a lot of our videos are about to get even shorter. So
yeah,
things are changing.
The longest one besides What's in the Box would be the Dark Tower one, and there's nothing we can do to change that really, because we literally go through the book page by page. So.
Oh, wow.
Talk about the story, what we think about it, what's going on, what's happening. They run between an hour and an half.
Yeah. Well, that's not bad.
No.
It's a lot shorter than I thought it was.
It's about 20, 30 pages each, and we just keep going through the whole book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're only doing it chapter by chapter.
Yeah. So. We're enjoying it. We're doing it because we like the books.
Can you pick up a new book?
It's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Yeah. We're in the third book. And there's 7.
Oh my!
And
they only get longer.
Yes.
Except for Songs of Susanna.
Yes.
Can you just do like an
And technically there's an 8th.
It's 1 chapter, maybe 2 chapters a week.
Oh. We don't do 2 chapters a week. We do 1 chapter of 1 book a week.
Right. So if you did 1 chapter of 1 book and 1 chapter, that's only 2 chapters a week that you'd be reading.
But that's a whole other show.
But that's a whole other... Well, people want to see other shows. I don't think they want to see a whole entire...
This is the last book.
What the thing about the Dark Tower and the reason why it hasn't changed, or the reason why we really haven't edited to fit our audience, is because we really
they're on the inside. No,
we really are doing the Dark Tower for us. Because as I said, that's how we first started really talking, is because we figured out we both like this book. I hadn't read the last book. I wasn't ready to let go of the characters. Mm-hmm. So I just let it go, and he was like, no, you have to read it so that you can talk to me about it. So we went back and I literally read I skipped one of them because I didn't need it. But I read all of them again, and he was listening to all of them again. And then I finally read the 7th book.
We talked about it, and then once we
started
this...
So you've already read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've read them.
And
we're having a great time going through chapter by chapter.
It is about reading a book that you haven't read. I'm talking about it as you read it.
The reason I said book club because the most similar thing I could explain to you very quickly.
Okay. The other thing is the reason why we're doing this is because after he read it, after I started reading it the first time and everything like that, is that we didn't have anyone to talk to. It's like watching something or reading something really exciting, and then you're like, oh, I gotta tell you what happened. And then the person's just like, sure, what? I have no idea what's going on. And it's like, well, if you would have read it, and it's like, I don't have time for that. So it's like even going online, it's like you don't find that. So meeting and just randomly finding out we read the same book, it was like, oh my God.
And then doing this, decided that's what we would do. We would just do it. So if anyone else is out there, there's something for someone to come listen to if they want to conversate and understand and hear and talk about the book and hear other people's opinions about the book.
Converse.
Because I literally was joking around with him at work one time, and I was like, hey, if you ever do a Dark Tower podcast, let me know, because this was the time when I was like, I'm probably never doing a podcast, and he was working with either Michael or somebody at the time, so I was just
been through my fair share of people.
Oh my gosh, was I on the one where you guys talked about if you had gone in the past, if you had been in the 7 years past?
I don't know.
If you had gone back in time, would you have still done the show? I had this conversation with you too, and you said you don't know if you would have done it because Stefan would have come up to you.
No, yeah, it was.
When did we talk about that?
It was our "Would You If" when we were like.
Was I on that? I wasn't on that.
No,
you haven't been on any of those.
That's what I thought. So why do I remember this?
But no, it's our "Would You If" where we pretty much
I
said,
don't know. Did you watch the video?
If we would relive 2018, and we said yes because we could go back and be like,
we've done another one too about time travel.
We had the three of us. I don't remember who else was in it. If they were, I thought it was in this room.
The only time that could have happened was at O'Charlie's, but you were at the other end of the table compared to me.
It did not happen there.
And otherwise, I don't think we've really...
You were here, though. You were here.
Laura, I don't remember us three ever having a conversation before right now.
No, because the game night I went to, it was not... Yeah, you weren't here.
I was not there.
It was Michael and...
I haven't been to many game nights, honestly, because I've been crazy busy. And after a certain amount of time, I don't get invited anymore because Cameron doesn't like to play and they don't invite me to.
Oh, no, I've invited you multiple times without Bo, but you won't come over. So.
That's not true. I've come. The times that you've... Unless you're going out to Jesse and Carl's, and that's in the
you wouldn't come over without Bo, and Bo doesn't like to play board games.
Unless... If I have Ellie and I can't get a sitter, I'm not coming. If he invites me... And if he invites me, and I'm in the, I literally can't. I generally come over though if I get invited.
No matter what, you don't understand the struggle of trying to get a game night. This is the second time.
This is how it goes. Hi, do you want to come over for game night? And then people are like, yes or no. Are you gonna make it?
I'm just drowning. It's fine. It's happened before on podcast.
That's funny.
Except I die. I literally had to walk off screen and die for a bit and then come back. And he left it in the podcast.
No, I took it out.
Oh, okay.
I left the piece, but I took it out. So it wasn't weird, the jump cut and stuff. But, no. Again, you don't understand the struggle to get a game night to happen at all.
Yeah. Do you want to come to game night? Sure.
No.
Okay.
Not inviting you. The process.
No, I mean in general, with anyone.
No,
do you want to come to game night?
No.
Sure, don't.
No, you're missing the point.
I don't understand.
You don't understand the struggle of getting Sandy.
Oh! Okay. I was not on that same page.
It's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle.
I've brought up the Sandy.
First of all, I
do we need to end the episode?
This comes back to D&D, okay?
D&D!
And we can end the episode if you want.
We're not ending until I do an outro, and we haven't done an outro yet, so we're still going!
Oh, well, the point is D&D, okay? It was supposed to happen, still hasn't happened. I'm still I'm waning from the interest.
I was about to say, no, we have interest. We need to get a hold of D&D.
Is this you or me?
I just drank mine and died, so...
I really have to pee. That's on your podcast now.
Yeah, well...
But no, as far as D&D, yes, there's lots of interest.
We've mentioned it a bunch of times.
Yeah. I
but there's a difference between interested and wanting to do it and you having time to actually make that work.
And also space, if we can get allotted space to do stuff.
We
have to look up into
so rude right now. I'm sorry.
Well, not just allotted space. I meant like permission.
And on that note, I think we're going to end and talk about other things off the camera because I think it's probably best. Hope you enjoyed this. Okay, it's a little shorter than I thought. It's still only 3.5 hours. Okay.
Oh,
we weren't at 3.5 earlier, I guess.
I can barely see it.
I know, they're little numbers.
I see the 3, and then I saw 20, and I was like, I assume we're almost to 30. So
yeah, I hope you enjoyed this 3.5 hour podcast. The Dustin who listened to this, Kit Kat. What? If Kit Kat liked it, because they're about the only person who would listen to it, and
it's nice to meet you, Kit Kat.
What was yours?
Oh,
being that he is Kit Kat now, we did something with you because you kept calling him Kit Kat, so I said that was well deserved since you can't get his name right. So, and I just can't remember. I'll remember it.
But you're not remembering this episode.
Remember this episode for me.
Hope you enjoyed. You can, as always, you can reach me, Stars and Travel, reach Amanda, KZ Pup. Laura Pride doesn't want to be reached. Reach the show at Beyond Our Focus on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, podcast services, and YouTube.
You can throw
I'll see you again next time.
You can throw yourself out there. It's fine.
If we can get Laura back on the show, she'll be back. Like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate that. Leave a comment down below. And as always... And anything else real quick before I end out here?
I feel like you should do like a big ending thing for your show, like a noise or something.
No, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to say. Till next time! Long days and pleasant nights.